guys, what's going on? FYMyPawn here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we had managed to go through the stars and help the Aeldari, or at the very least try to do so in our best efforts. We had a bit of a hiccup, obviously, because the humanity had a bit of an issue with it. There was a bit of issue with Drukari. There was some issues evolving from various areas. And even to the point where some people got a little antsy from the other, people of humanity. But I'm rambling. As a result, through our travels, we managed to reach Kiava Gamma, which is the last planet of our protectorate that we had to protect, only to discover that it might be corrupt in extreme levels of heresy. For this stream, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dropping in, dealing with whatever threats come our way, and hopefully, by the end of today's stream, we will have cleared Kiava Gamma of its dangers, and hopefully, by the time we're done, we are ready to basically clear out the area, get any other quests done, and overall just explore the planets and see what else that comes across. But I digress. Without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens. Alright, let me just check to see if my stream thing is correct, because, yeah, no, it is perfectly correct. I just had to check to make sure. Alright. We've basically explored all the planets, so we don't need to go into detail here. We just need to go into here. We're going to begin our scan here. And, yeah, all we've got to do is just go in. Now, the only person that we should bring in, out of everybody here that isn't required should be Pascal. You'll come to understand why, but I do believe there is a story-specific thing for him here, so it's best to bring him here just to be safe. There might be something worth interest to him here. Well, there is, so bring him if you're going to bring him. It's story things, you'll understand why soon enough. But hey, extra experience never hurt anybody, as you can imagine. Regardless, in we go. Heinrich frowns as his eyes sweep over the Manufactorum's dark halls. No solemn ceremony, no personal meeting with Magi. I fear we are too late, and we won't be dealing with Cladstein heretics after all. Binaric areas of alarm stream out of Pascal's Vox synthesizer. In their neurotic, broken rhythm, you sense a call to arms and a warning of danger. Any suggestions on how to proceed? To start, let's look around and find out why the arrival of the Rogue Trader did not elicit the usual fuss. To speak plainly, I would not count a warm welcome at this rate. Better keep your weapons at the ready. Alright. We'll learn nothing by standing here. Let's go. The interrogator nods, continuing to stare into the surrounding gloom.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
For our purposes, we're just going to leave those two at the entrance. We don't exactly need to bring them along, I do believe. But we are going to be going at this alone for the most part, so... Alright, there we go. We'll save as such. And we're just going to go through everything as accordingly. It's going to take a bit of checks here, but otherwise it should be fine.
Is there money to be made?
Gonna save here. And let us see what we can find. Because there's going to be quite a bit to deal with here. We'll go into here. We got some corrupted servitors. We'll leave them alone for now, but we're just going to grab the supplies here. Let's go talk with them. The servitors before you appear as if they are performing some elaborate and confusing dance. Striking strange poses, they rock back and forth with their arms bent at peculiar angles. Upon your approach, one of the servitors jerks and tries to turn to your direction. The rest immediately repeat this motion. The strange scene is complemented by a grating sound. Dull clicks just at the edge of your hearing, coming from an unknown source. Let's observe the servitors closest to us. Based on your cursory inspection, you conclude that the servitors were designed for precision work on an assembly line, possibly circuit production. The number of high-quality, expensive augments in their bodies greatly exceeds basic standards. The servitor's hand moves, it slowly reaching towards you. Let's avoid its touch. Gently and swiftly, you step away from the servitor. It stretches out its hands as if trying to blindly touch you, in a space that you have already left. And it stills once more. It seems its brain is incapable of quickly processing changes of its surroundings. Let's find the source of the repeated clicking. Soon enough, you locate the source of the clicking. On the back of one of the servitors, a tumor oozing with murky ichor is growing straight through the augments. The relays, coated in inflamed tissue, are blocked, hence the reason for its persistent clicking. A mutation in a servitor. Tech priests typically reject the use of flawed soft tissue for their constructs. Perhaps something has caused this aggressive growth, quite recently. Hello, can you hear me? The closest servitor twitches, and the others follow suit. It is clear that the entire group is connected by a single machine spirit. Something's caused it to stop working. One of the servitors must have had a fault in its cogitator, or some other augment, and that fault has ended up affecting the whole group. Well, the easiest check would be the Medicae, so we're going to cut away the tumor forming on the spinal cogitator. Without much difficulty, you cut the excess flesh from the mechanisms. The liberated relay lets out a rapid burst of clicks, then a spark flashes before your eyes, and something begins to hum deep inside the servitor's flesh. As if on cue, the servitors stop moving, lower their arms, and turn to you. Room 47, second lane of the Manufactorum. Commencing work. State your request. The servitor addressing you is looking past you, and the voice is coming from the vox built into its throat. Follow your default programming.
I have a nose for profit and the taste for
Follow.
adventure.
Okay. So they're following us now. Interesting. We are gonna save here, because this is gonna prove interesting. I kind of want to see how this plays out, but yeah. The cogitator panel has a dozen of breakers, buttons, handles, switches, and other control mechanisms. Viewing the log, you discovered a local data crypt with contents collected by either previous operators or the machine spirit itself. Using your access, you study archives stored in the cogitator. Alright, let's start with the first log data. Praise be to the Omicide, whose might and power transforms dead metal to make manifest the holy visions of the machine god. The new protocols received at Synoid from the great fabricator censor have been executed, despite those who shuddered at the thought of changing a standard procedure. Embolden your hearts. For those whose inner weakness breeds errors in personal calculations, for the fabricator censor is the conductor of the higher will and the wisest among us. Today at the Supreme Assembly, the fabricator censor unsealed the vaults of the sacred designs, and committed those deemed redundant or heretical to purifying disposal. Today, dozens of standard procedures were lost to be replaced by new ones, which the fabricator censor will deliver those to demonstrate the greatest devotion to serving the truth. But the databanks contain no notion of truth. But there have been, may the all-knowing one, the gracious keeper, forgive me, an error in the fabricator censor's calculations, and he meant to say serving the quest for knowledge. Alright, let's go viewing the third logger. Your knowledge of machine spirits is sufficient to trick the system and subdue it to your will. A false query, a crafty machination, a manipulation to controls, and you get what you want. The instrumental terminals have already been replaced, and the material delivery systems have been prepared for divine transformation. The execution of the new procedure has been delayed, but there are some in our ranks who doubt the words of the Fabricator Censor and his mortuaries. And there are some who are not susceptible to the enchantment protocol that carries our tech comrades to enlightenment. May the deliverers of fate be merciful to them. Inaction is death, and I must be returning to our great work. Praise be to the truth that will reveal a path to knowledge shrouded in darkness.
I will lead us to fortune.
Alright, basically a bunch of stuff is coming along. Nothing too crazy. Alright, but yes, we're gonna save here. We're getting quite far into it, but yeah, no, we're getting successes left, right, and center, so that's nice. And there's gonna be lots to carry along here, so let's get ready to see what we find. You got a few gears, you got a few poles, nothing too crazy. This is pretty much a Forge world in its pure essence, after all, so there you go. We get the 16 universal laws. Huh. We'll keep that ahead of us, just in case. There is an athletics check, but we will worry about that later, I do believe. The lumps protruding under the tech priest's bedraggled red robe hint at the mechanisms implanted in his body. You see his haggard and sticky face on the archaic reparacer augmentatic, or augmentic, rather. A click, a clank, a barely audible hiss, and only then the tech priest's vox finishes the words. Identification. Request denied. Pascal turns to you, his visor gleaming crimson, registering anomalous behavior within the servant's organics, and an invalid noosphere response. This unit is compromised. Let's examine the tech priest. You carefully study the robe-clad figure, a black border of necrosis spreading around from the tech priest's implants. For some reason, his body is rejecting the true flesh. A moment later, you recognize the dormant smell in the bouquet of scents permeating the air around the tech priest, the stench of rotten meat. Who are you? The tech priest clicks his relay. Magos Custos of the Machine Sanctum, Tier 2.0. Identification. Where's the Fabricator Censor? I will only speak with the person in charge of this manufacture. Denied. The irregularity demands execution of Protocol 39-2042, in accordance with the Fabricator Censor's decree. I will not be doing anything until I meet with the Fabricator Censor. Anticipated process disrupted. Execution of disposal protocol recommended. The tech priest draws his weapon, and as his robe opens, your senses are hit by a fetid wave of rot. As is to be expected, we've got violence going in. Although, we do have a bundle of friends, it seems, in the form of corrupted servitors. So that's cool. Although, the danger of Magos are naturally in sweet... Well, they're in sweet numbers. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least, to see how things pan out here. Volatile servitors, though. This is sure to be interesting. Alright, so, volatile servitors, let's see. Volatile self-destruct. What does that do? When suffering damage, this creature activates self-destruct, exploding on its next turn. Killing a creature in the process of self-destruct will also cause an explosion. The explosion has a 4-cell radius and deals 24 to 39 impact damage with 10% armor pen. So basically, don't... Well, hit them from a distance. So we want to go over here instead. we want to activate rapid fire here.
I'll see
There we
to
go.
it personally.
And we just want to barrage the ever-living hell out of this one, I guess.
On it.
There we go.
Before crossing me.
And then we will use Cautious
I'll make
Approach
it
just to give
happen.
us a bit of a defense boost. But ultimately, comes down to just playing it safe here, because this guy's going to go boom in a moment. In fact, all of them are going to go boom here. Or at least that's what I believe is going to happen. It's hard to say. They go boom next turn, so come this turn, they're going to blow up, I do believe. So this should be interesting. Oh no! They are within range that Stein is probably going to get KO'd here.
Is on us.
Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Alright, here comes the servitors. They're going to go nuclear, I think. Yeah, no, some are moving much further than others, so this is sure to be quite dangerous. I guess we'll see how things pan out. I'm not too worried if the servitors go down. It's just, yeah, this is gonna get nasty really quick. We might go down here, actually, which will be funny, I must admit. We got the armor, so maybe we'll be fine. It wholly depends on how we dodge this. Assuming we can even dodge to begin with. They should be dying. Yeah, no, they got one round left, so we need to actively back off here. Specifically, we're going to back off in this direction. 3, 4... Yeah, so this is literally the best option here. We need to take the hits.
I've faced worse than this.
Alright. And you know what? I'm even going to go as far as to run a gun here. Just to make sure I got the edge here. Alright. We're going to take a single bullet at the Magos here. There we go. And I will take a multi-shot on, maybe not that one, but I will do a multi-shot on this one, I suppose. I'm going to get more points anyway, so it's no big deal, but yeah. This will prevent me from getting the explosions on me, so that'll be fine. I'd say this is for the best, considering the servitors just blew up, or at least one of them did. Ooh. Yep, this one's gonna go. Oh, yeah, there goes the other one. Yeah, there goes the other, and that one's another. All right, now it's just a corrupted Magos here. All right, I'm gonna move up to here.
Let's make some opportunities.
Alright, so we are going to go with a wildfire here, I guess. We'll follow up with rapid fire and concentrated fire just for extra damage. Just rattle the Magos Heretic here, just to give us a bit more resources. And now we should be able to get into melee with this guy and do some serious harm. And even then, as long as we dodge, we should be fine. This guy's going to be very busy with just dealing with the other enemy, so... Or the corrupted servitors, so there you go. They're going to be fine. And considering how much HP they have, they're actually doing quite well for themselves, so that's cool. Yep, nope, that Magos is going to have a rough time. We are going to move up to here. I'm going to start whacking this Magos Heretic.
Who, if not me?
Alright. Oh, I've actually used this, so I can actually do this again and get a stack, regardless. And then I can go for another swing by doing this. There we go. Aside from the glitchy screen, we actually do quite well against him. He's forced to just stay there because he can't actually attack in the melee. Or rather, he's having trouble attacking melee, I should say. So that's proving interesting. Corruptus Magos is doing some serious damage across the servitors, but honestly, we'll be fine. Yeah, dude's gonna have a rough time targeting everybody here. Especially when all the Magos are basically flanking him and doing so much to him. Okay, we're gonna do this. We'll do another by using Wildfire. 7. Go for another swing. Oh, apparently I did not get my versatility stack there, but whatever. Oh, he's chosen to run and do some damage there. Interesting choice, interesting choice. Alright, the servitors are trying to get the Corruptus Magos now at this point. Oh. If they do go down, it's not a big deal. I'm not looking to get any rewards from getting the Corrupted Servitors any farther than what I've already gotten, so it's no big deal. Okay, we're gonna move up.
Who, if not me?
There we go. Oh, right, we can actually use steady superiority here. Give ourselves some extra attacks.
I'll see to it personally.
There we go.
I'll make it happen.
Activate this.
It's as good as done.
9.
I'll see to it personally.
Alright, 10. Magos is trying absolutely hard to try and get the kill on us, but to no avail. Alright, the servitors managed to actually defeat this guy, so that's impressive. Corrupted servitors are doing their work, to say the least. Bit damaged, but you know what? It's fine. If I can do this much just with a hammer, I'll be fine. There we go.
Who, if not me? On it.
Alright.
Your end was
Done.
inevitable.
Nice.
This
I think I
calculation
love the
of
hammer build, to be
calmness.
quite honest. It's
I don't
proving
make
to be
mistakes.
quite fun, I
I'll
must
make
admit.
profitable learning experiences.
Unexpectedly so.
I always
That's probably
keep
just
my
coming
options
to a
open.
personal opinion, though, at that point. Like, hammer build is very viable. I've got an Omniscient Axe that can deal bleed. It's not something that we can use, though, sadly. But it is an option there. We can't go up here, which we are going to do. So that way we can see what comes up here. Gotta wait for these two to come on, so that way you can go up here. As is to be expected.
Is there money to be
Alright, we can press this to lower this gate down, which is what we needed to do. Now, of course, we can't just go straight down and leave it at that, but there is more than meets the eye here, so we are going to do a bit of exploration here. It does matter, after all. And in fact, I'm going to take the time to actually equip 2 medkits, just to be safe. Because,
Rise to
you know
the
what,
top.
we might as well have the
Don't get
healing
left in
on
the
hand.
dust.
The healing would be nice. Let's disarm this.
That's how it's done.
Hey, some experience. Not bad.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright, as you can see, the signs of corruption are lingering in this area quite a lot, so best to be wary, because the dangers here are only going to be worse and worse as you go. Blood mixed with machine oil is barely visible on the dark floor. Now, there is a bit of a danger here in the form of fog, or rather, I should say steam. But other than just maneuvering
wits
carefully,
about
you should be fine. Ow!
I'll brush this
Okay, that's a
off.
load. It's a good thing I saved when I did. But yeah, no, the steam is a nasty little thing. You gotta find a way to basically navigate through without getting hit. I'm just being dumb, basically. But injuries naturally just require heal checks, which is not fun. I don't want to deal with it. So that's why I'm reloading to begin with. I am actually curious how our experience is going. Okay, we're getting really close to experience parts here. We've already lowered that, so we don't need to do that again.
This could be an opportunity.
Alright, we can disarm this lickety-splits.
Just as
There we go. Can I tell these servitors to wait? Standard procedure. Okay. So this is just a normal... This is a normal thing for them for a daily basis. Alright. We are going to save here, so that way we can actually do this properly. Because I am going to need to wander around here. Alright.
Is there money to be made? Ugh.
Oh. These guys are suffering a lot of scalding steam.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Oh god,
I always keep my options open.
Okay, over to here. There we go. Okay, we can set up the ladder if we go over there, but we can't do much there beyond that point. We'll have to leave the servitors to... Ow. You know what? That's another load. Of course it had to be just a random grenade just somewhere on the floor. I'm sure there's an easy way to get through there. It's just timing that it comes down to. But yeah, no, we just gotta run through it, I guess. Well, maybe not through the steam, but you know how it be. Just very precise. And what are you two doing? You should be over by the elevator. I'm not telling you to stay anywhere nearby there.
Risks. Keep your wits about you.
Okay. Ow. That's a load, because I took an injury again. God damn it. Ugh. Nasty little things dealing with steam. Oh well. Let's see, is there a way to turn off the steam? I would imagine there is.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Alright, just let them take it. It's fine.
I always have a backup plan.
There we go. Now go all the way over here. Do not trigger that mine. Alright, there we go. At the very least, we didn't suffer it. I'm fine if they want to suffer it. It's a little bit worse for them, but whatever. As long as we get through, that's all I care about.
I always get the job done.
Alright. What's this?
Always keep
Dog
your
patches
eye
can
on the
be seen on the
prize.
floor. They are smudged as though someone walked through them on the way somewhere else. Okay. A Lex Mechanic.
I always keep my options
And then
open.
we've got piping that will lead us down safely, and then we got this Lex Mechanic that we'll have to talk with. Otherwise, we should be fine. So let's go have a word with this individual, as it were. A small, heavily augmented man in a filthy, tattered robe stands before you. As you approach, he hesitantly looks up at you, his eyes filled with horror. A portable inscriber with a keyboard hangs from straps at his front, and you can see his detached cerebral cogitator peeking out from under his hood. You have nothing to fear from us. Deus Mechanicus. The Dark Priest decides to take a better look at you, after which he lets out a ragged breath and manages to subdue his shaking. He heard my prayers. I thought I was alone in a kingdom of madness and depravity. Please, save me. Tell us what happened to you. I am Manufactorum Lex Mechanica Lex... words. I am Manufactorum Lex Mechanic Zeta Eta 6. I performed the rituals for the machine spirits on a Foundry 95. Until we started going mad. Priests devoted to the Omnicide started praising the dawn of something or other. They stopped the bells, and then they desecrated the visages of the sacred machines with unholy symbols. Some of them resisted, the others grabbed them, tied them up, and then they turned their implants to heresy. I saw the madmen, my former tech comrades, deliberately connect those poor souls to corrupted cogitators. I watched as they were infected with scrap code. And you did nothing to stop them. I'm recording a violation of the commandment of thine own forge be a true sentinel. Apostate Zeta 86, your accesses are hereby revoked. Proceed with your report. The icy rumble coming from Pascal's box causes the Lex Mechanic to lower his head in fear and contrition. How did you manage to avoid the same fate? I didn't avoid it. They performed the same procedure on me. I felt the touch of the unholy code. I allowed it to control me. I abandoned my sacred post and followed one of the traitors, serving his will and gathering all the data from his blasphemous experiments. I was driven by an unholy impulse coming from the depths of the auxiliary cogitator, where the code had lodged itself. Before I found a way to throw off the convulsion, I witnessed horrifying heresy. The extraction of the true flesh and its decomposition on altars. Perverse procedures that resulted in heretical abominations. I even accompanied a fallen Magos to the fabricator censor himself, and attended to the unholy mass he led personally. It was a wicked ritual, full of willful deviations and blatant inaccuracies, all to create an unholy monster in the name of the Final Dawn. You don't act like the other priests who were infected with corruption. The Lex Mechanic gestures to the wires and connectors, spilling out from under his hood. Praise the gifts of the Omnicide. I managed to disconnect my external cogitator, which I used for primary data processing. The machine is corrupted. The scrap code is locked inside it, like a beast in a cage. But anyone who tries to look inside will fall victim to the heretical program. My primitive brain has been marked by corruption. I still see their silhouettes, hear their interference. I sense the malfunctions in my augmentics. But I was still saved from a great sacrifice. Oh, blessed are the workings of the Omnicid's benediction that shelters the weak from evil. Heinrich tenses ever so slightly at the Lex Mechanic's words. You see his hand casually stray from the handle of his weapons. But the interrogator is no hurry to act. You mentioned a monster. Is that some kind of weapon? No, not those constructs that melted down in the furnaces and sent to the depths in Manufactorum. It is some kind of semblance of a cogitator, the nightmarish purity of a sacred machine, powered not by the Omnicide's grace, but by the unholy spirit and life force of the unfortunates imprisoned on the lower levels. I don't know much, except that the fabricator censor saw that machine as special. It was special to him and the crazies who defiled the Omnicide's vogue with their obscene blasphemy. For the final ritual, he even called upon one of the Astartes heretics who arrived at the Manufactorum after the start of the uprisings. He did something. Something terrible. And only after that were they able to switch the machine on. It is a true abomination. Its standing near it is unbearable. I believe that even those who have been deprived of the Omnicide's grace still feel its influence on them. Its monstrous power utilized for unholy computations and chaotic calculations. Whatever that cogitator might spew out at the end of its cycle, no righteous soul should accept its heinous offering. How did your crazed comrades behave? Like the grace of the Omnicide had left them entirely, replacing free thought and process with blackest corruption. I witnessed them, desecrating structures blessed by the fabricator censor himself. Though what do the blessings of that rotten traitor count for now? Like men possessed, they sit upon the sacred instruments and assembled shells and nodes that didn't match any diagram or blueprint I'd ever seen. Sacrilege. You mentioned someone imprisoned on the lower levels. Relay of servants of the main units. They live in isolated segments under the sacred machine halls. I heard they were locked in there after the takeover. Then my crazed brethren changed the system for disposing of slag waste and covered the machines in cursed symbols. The Lux Mechanic hesitates. After they started the cogitator, they dragged the survivors out of the segments under the machine halls. Well, what the survivors had turned into. You demonstrate exceptional powers of observation and recall for someone who just happened to survive. I'm a Lex Mechanic. Gathering data is the purpose of my existence. That's even what they used me for. He trails off, blatantly understanding the subtext to the interrogator's words. They used me against my will. The Scrap Toads turns everyone into their slave. Before I rid myself of the cogitator, I was forced to serve alongside those who perpetrated these atrocities, and witness their obscenities. And what do you make of it, Heinrichs? The interrogator tilts his head. Servant of the Omnicide, I must know more. About the Final Dawn, the Fabricator Sensor, his mass, and about this machine as well. I could give you coordinates, but even though I was present for many blasphemies committed by those heretics, all the details that were captured and processed by my true flesh are in the augmentic that was corrupted by scrap code. I'm convinced that if I hadn't fought off the foreign compulsion in time, I would have been doomed. The corruption would have spread to my biological cogitator as well. The Lux Mechanic taps a finger on the device hanging from his ear on several wires. I swear that no devout tech priest should come in contact with what's hidden in that once sacred device. Heinrich's expression shifts as he stares intently at the disconnected implant, and is still intact words. As he stares intently at the disconnected implants and the still intact connectors protruding from under the Lex Mechanic's collar, the corner of his mouth twitches involuntarily. Can the cogitator be disconnected and reconnected to another machine? The Lex Mechanic shakes his head in reproach. Even if the very idea of exposing a holy machine to the scrap code wasn't profane in itself. My augmentives are not universally compatible. They cannot be connected to another machine spirit. They were created to interact with the system of my true flesh, to innervate my compulsor unit and output data via the inscriber. Once I am safe, I swear that I'll immediately perform a cleansing rite and destroy... In other words, there is only one way to extract the data stored in the cogitator. Heinrichs, no. Don't do it. The Lex Mechanic could have been privy to conversations that are vital to investigating the cults. We need the contents of that cogitator. The Lex Mechanic, who had been listening to your discussion in puzzlement, finally understands what's going to happen to him, and he begins to back away in fear. No, anything but that. I'll die. It would be worse than that. I'll succumb to the corruption. I'm begging you, please. I'd rather be burned as a heretic than have a scrap code in my biological cogitator. At these words, Heinrich pauses for a fraction of a second, almost as if he's reconsidering. In failing to order any resistance against the enemies of the Omnicide, Muna Zeta 86 lost a grace of his machine rank and was recategorized as a resource of the Manufactor. The defilement and torment of said resource, if committed to advance the struggle against heresy, will not be deemed as an atrophacy or malediction against the living soul. Upon expiry of the unit's utility, disposal is recommended. Heinrich stopped. The leader of the cult would never discuss anything of importance in front of a witness. Leave the poor man alone. We need to know where the cogitator is. Even if the heretic conversations are unimportant, I must know why the machine was so valuable to them. I'll tell you. The Lux Mechanic rummages in his ragged clothes until he protrudes a scrap of parchment. A different augmented is responsible for my muscle memory. It has a data storage too. I remember where I walked and what I pressed with my fingers. Here are the coordinates, and the code is probably the code to the bay. He scratches out the numbers with his fingernail and passes the parchment to Heinrichs. Heinrich's eyes bore into the smaller man's. At last, having reached some conclusion, he turns to you. He is subject of your world, Vorg. It is for you to decide his fate. He'll be taken on my ship. After the cleansing rites, a place will be found for him there. At least this way we're, keeping the people. The Lux Mechanic is given the shuttle coordinates and hurries away. Heinrichs watches him go, then looks to you. Excessive kindness, Vorg, gets good people into trouble. Let's hope that the corruption only affected the disconnected Augmentic, and not his soul. Come on, we need to find this cogitator.
I will lead us to fortune.
Yeah, but there's a difference between kindness and mercy. The dude proved very invaluable, to be fair. He gave quite a bit of information, and worst case, he's still going to be useful in his own way. It's just a matter of making it work.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. I'll learn from this mistake.
Okay, that's a load. Good thing I saved. 30% chance to beat this, though. Jesus. We got quite a bit to scale up on for skill checks. Hopefully we'll be able to manage this and eventually, but we'll have to see. There's a lot we can and can't do with the skill checks that we have currently, but I digress. We'll manage.
I know how to take risks. That's how it's done.
There we go. In doing this, we actually get a very nice glove, the Stabilizer Bracers, which give us 10 ballistic skill and 25% critical damage. Good if we need to increase the potential of our crits, not so good long term. But if we can get a lower recoil weapon, that'd probably be good for us. But considering that we're going into heavy weaponry, probably not the best. Regardless, we have managed to make it one part into the area, so that's good. And now we can start jumping down to see what else we find. Because there is certainly more to mid-BCI here. Alright, that's a load. But other than that, we should be good. But yeah, no, this should allow us to jump down and continue on with our journey. Which shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, no, this area is actually quite complex, so it takes time to get down, or get through this entire area. Are you kidding? Did I fail again? I did. Damn. That's a load. Good thing I saved there, otherwise I'd be in a bit of a pickle. But hey, each successful check gets us some experience. Every bit of experience helps us in the long run, so... Always good to grind out what you can, especially from these easy skill checks. Might as well, right? Shouldn't take too long to just complete this. It's just a matter of time more than anything, so yeah.
I know how to take risks.
Alright. There we go. There we go.
Keep your
Good.
wits about you.
Alright, with that, we can now move on our merry way over here. I'm gonna grab this here. Let us save. Because I do believe something is about to happen here. The screen of this cogitator shows a scrolling line of repeating technolingua, starting at the obscure symbol, or staring at the obscure symbols gives you a headache. Okay. And off we go down here.
A backup plan.
Oh, hello. The massive Magos, clad in ritual garb, lets out a binaric trill and turns to you. From beneath the deep hood of his mantle, two dimly lit eye implants gaze out at you. You hear another binaric tirade, this time clearly addressed at you. Who in the void are you? You dare to address me in the vile tongue of savages? Me, the steward of Kiava Gamma, lord of the machine world. Kneel, pathetic spawn, if you seek swift disposal. Kiava Gamma belongs to House von Valencius, with whose scion you have the honor of speaking with. You are the one of the troglodytes who once had the gall to oppress my comrades and resist my will, the messenger of the barbarians who drank the sacred unguents bestowed upon her troth, others' toil. Very well then, your appearance is the perfect opportunity to teach your ilk a lesson. My name is Kubris Delphin. I once held the title of Fabricator Censor of the Kiava Gamma Manufactor, but I rejected it, along with the other fetters that hindered progress. Once my faith was flawed and led to naive fools from the cult Mechanicus into the darkness of ignorance, now I am this world's master and serve the true gods. You tread upon their territory, and you do not number among their legion servants. Therefore, you must be subject to immediate disposal. As the senior functioning member of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Explorer Pascal Hanneman, declare this temple to the machine gods compromised and forthwith forbid all service within it. I dethrone the Factor Censor, the ignorant heretic, who has betrayed the Omnissiah, and condemn as anathema any and all standard procedures implemented by him. Let the cycle of blasphemous operations he has put into motion be discontinued. Pascal switches to binary, and you can hear dissonance burgeoning in the depths of the Forge Cathedral. Some of the giant mechanisms heed his order and go, while the others, obeying the Fabricator Sensor's will, continue to work. Crashes, explosions, and the clang of crumpling metal signify that some dissonance among the machines have interrupted the Manufactorum's production cycle. Hanneman. Liar, you are not him. Dementes Hanneman obeys me. His mind is open to the voices of the void, and the scrap code he has created protects my world. And I'll not have you, rusted refuse from the misfit cast of explorators, call me ignorant. This statement is false. Your regalia has been revoked. You have been deemed defective and will be eliminated. Pascal turns to you and says dryly, initiating heretic search. Designation, Dements Hanneman. I wish to execute the retribution procedure. What did you do to the governor of Kiava Gamma? Is he still alive? The removal of unserviceable artifacts was the first step towards retooling this world. Only my tech comrades heeded to call the truth that reached their cogitators and allowed them to pierce the veil of empty dogmas. So you've traded one master for another. I would have expected a Fabricator Censor to be smarter than that. The Fabricator Censor's vox lets out a piercing, barely audible sound that makes your inside shudder. I will rip out your spinal column and braid it around my staff, you arrogant creature! I usually prefer negotiating to fighting, but as fighting destroys property and wastes resources. But, in your case, I'm afraid that extreme measures must be taken. You may be driven by your will to fight, but know this. Kiava Gamma's already been converted. Its lines have been restructured, and its servants have already tasted the fruits of progress. In the crucibles of this Manufactorum, torrid liquid metals will be used to forge vessels of the sacred spirits. The Adeptus are already tirelessly delving deeper into new mysteries that were once barred by false tenets. You, servants of fake gods, are too late. The entire might of this world will soon rise up against the anathema and his slaves. You deserve a painful death for what you have wrought upon the machines of this world and their priests. Imperfect machines merit elimination. as do living elements prone to vulnerabilities such as sentimentality. Comrades, purged and manufactored of any random variables, must prepare the culmination of our great work. Alright. Bruce, conceal the path from the impious. Alright, as a result, we are given a new area to basically go fight in. We are given some leeway in our companions, so we do have the advantage of that. However, we do want to play cautious here, because there's going to be a lot of enemies, although we can easily do quite a lot here, I do believe. We just have to play it sneaky, more than anything. Now, can I sneak by these guys? Yes, I absolutely can. And I can do this a little bit smarter.
Rise to the top.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to slip through here. You'll understand why I'm doing all this in a bit, but we're going to play this smart here, essentially. We have plenty of bombs, so we do have the means to playing this in an interesting light. So we're going to take this the long way around, to say the least. We'll disarm this real quick.
Just as I planned.
Here we go. Let's save here. Alright, let's see what we find. Alright, so there's a demolition in a crack in the wall, so we can go do that. But let's see. As you approach the cogitator, you notice a number of deep scratches left by huge claw marks on its metal surface. Despite the apparent damage, the machine seems to be in working order. Let's view the log. The log contains nothing of interest. The maintenance ritual schedule for the sacred machine that moves the bridge, an activation log, and a few notes of religious nature, entered by the tech priests. Let's activate the emergency turn-off. You touch the levers and the reels on the cogitator panel and disturb the slumber of the spirits that reside within the cogitator. The machine dawdles as if still drowsy, but nevertheless performs its assigned function. By doing this, we lower this automatically, which is probably going to cause some concerns for those guys. And we'll just let it, lull, I guess.
Keep my options open.
But yeah, no, we're given a little bit of a crate here. I'm not sure why it's lagging so much, but I guess it's because there's so much stuff here. I'm assuming that's the issue anyways. Regardless, we will save here. Because there is more to meet than meets the eye here, so might as well grab what we can.
Keep your wits
Okay, we got a demolitions check here that we can do. Might as well try it.
I always get the job done.
Alright, there we go. Now we can jump here whenever we want, to and fro as we see fit. And I do believe there is merit to doing this, so we're gonna hop down. This leaves Heinrichs and Pascal here. And we can do another flex check, I suppose, but for now, let's see what we find here.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh god, okay. We're gonna grab these. Yoink. We got a few items, I do believe. Nothing too crazy, though. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We'll leave it alone. We're given another cogitator here that we can dabble with. And I do believe this will give us something interesting to do. Something is howling within the metal housing as if the machine spirit of this cogitator are lamenting some irreparable loss. Let's force it. Alright. We're going to try and force it open for a special fun reason. You understand why soon enough, but this is one of the few areas where you can get a bit creative with how you're doing things. And considering that we're going to need as much as we possibly can here, we might as well prepare with, you know, combat in mind. Because we're going to be doing a lot of that. Alright.
Let's not waste time.
Let's try and get the success here. Nope, that's a load. We'll try until we get to success, basically. But yeah, no, it's gonna be funny if we do it this way, so you'll understand why soon enough. But yeah, no, it's actually really funny if you do it this way. It's just a matter of actually succeeding, which is the DC 30, which is annoying, but whatever. I got time to reload, you guys got time to wait, so yeah. Might as well just try. Okay. I do believe we have a way to increase our odds of rolling higher on that. So what we can do is we can equip the proper materials necessary for it, I suppose. We might as well, right? No harm in it, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, let's go into our ingredients here. Here we go, tech use. We can get a +3, a +10 with those gloves. And we can get a +10 from combi tools. So we're going to swap these out real quick. There we go. Not sure why it's not allowing me to take them off properly. Okay, we'll equip this. This will increase our tech use by a bit. We'll take this off. We'll equip that. There we go. And we should get absurd tech use here. Yeah, the Plasma Shaper Gloves gives a 20. So the Plasma Shaper Gloves will give us a +10. And the Combi Tool will give us another +10. So this should boost our odds by an additional 20%. So that'll be nice. So we'll equip here. And it gives us a 55% chance. There we go. Your knowledge of machine spirits is sufficient to trick the system and subdue it to your will. A false query, crafting manipulation controls, and you get what you want. You gain access to Cogitator systems. The device's machine spirit can do nothing to thwart you. Subdued by its defeat, it hides in the depth of its lair. Let's awaken the spirit. You touch the levers and the reels of the control panel and disturb the slumber of the spirits that reside within the Cogitator. The machine dawdles as if still drowsy, but nevertheless performs its righteous function. And in doing so... the Cogitator is silent, awaiting new commands. As a result, we've basically just nailed some of the units down. To a degree. In addition to that, we're going to take off these, because we do need to get our better gear in. Alright, let's see. We need... Okay, what are we looking for? Gloves. I think I might try those other gloves that we've got. Not the parry gloves, but... I think I want to try the ones that reduce our recoil by 50%. Because that's going to reduce it from a 40 recoil to a 20 recoil, I believe. So yeah, if we equip these, that's going to reduce our recoil down to 20, which is going to be really nice. So we only suffer a -20 when using the Heavy Bolter for the combo attacks. Beyond that point, we can quite literally wear any sort of sub-weaponry here, or whatever we want, really. But I do believe just having the Combat Manipulator is just a staple, so really depends on us. I could also reduce the cost of reloading. That is also an option. Or I could go Metronome, which will increase our statistics by 10. I'm going to go with the Combat Manipulator. It's a nice ability to have, especially in combat. And I guess we'll be done with that. What we will do, before we go any further, is check out this machine thing. Machine-looking thing, I should say. We'll save here. I'm satisfied with the results. Alright, what's this? Alright, that opens up the area and reveals to us an area that we can go for. Assuming we want to fight this direction as opposed to this direction. I'm gonna go this direction because I much prefer the other side here. Personal preference more than anything. But we do succeed. Oh, no, wait, you failed? What? That's a load. Good thing I saved. But yeah, no, going in there basically activates the pipe that sends it go flying, and it'll destroy a bunch of units for you. Save you a whole bunch of trouble. Or at least it destroys a few enemies, so... It gets you a little less experience, but considering that you're going to be taking out so many foes, it's the funny option. It's the funny option versus the EXP heavy option. Regardless, we succeed there. We get our experience, our juicy experience, I should say. And now it's just a question of what we want to face now. I guess the easiest option here would be to just gun these guys down, I would imagine. I'm going to save here just to be safe, because I do want to see if I need to run up to disable a trap or not. I'm going to save here, just be ready. Okay, we succeeded at disarming the trap here. Alright, now we just got to set up. If this works as intended, I will have a nice little cover area that I can use for combat. But we'll have to see. I'm very curious to see how a reduction in recoil is going to change our setup. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright, here comes the rage. Why have you chosen to stay in the back? Or why have you chosen to go forward? Whatever. But yeah, no, this just destroys a few of them, which is convenient. Alright, I'm gonna take full cover here. Well, actually, I could rush forward, to be fair. You know what? Let's go here. Why not? Let's advance slowly but surely. We're gonna be playing this violently anyway, so it's no big deal. Alright, let's see how you guys are gonna react. You're gonna go for the poor corrupted servitors, but you know what? That's fine. If they go down, they go down. I'm not gonna be too hard-pressed on it. And yet, these guys are going to be forced to just run up to us. And ow! I kind of expected that blow up, but you know what? Whatever. Alright, we're going to get to full cover here. That's exactly what I wanted, ideally, after all. Okay, we can focus on either that guy. We'll focus on aiming for this guy, mainly. So what we're going to do here is we are going to... Honestly, if I just burst fire normally and then go for a single shot, we should be fine. There's no need to get creative with the first few shots. Yeah. And if we do run and gun here, we can just do another single shot here and get some nice damage out. We don't need to be sugarcoating it. We more so need versatility stacks right now, so that's going to be our priority here. And with that, we've now got a 10% boost to our dodge and whatnot, so that'll be nice. Servitors are coming in clutch with damage. We'll leave Heinrichs and Pascal to their own devices in there. They're not going to be targeted, most likely, which is the core of what I'm going for here. Oh, there you go. Servitors are getting pretty beat up, but, you know, it's fine. Ooh. That only hurt his allies, I think. I think the biggest thing I'm worried about is the Logic Heretic here, who's gonna have some serious lightning potential, which is not cool. If we don't deal with him, we're probably gonna be in a bit of a rough place, but we'll be fine. Alright, well, considering I don't really have much of a change in opinion for damage here, I guess I'll go for I guess I'll buff up here and aim for more stacks of fired up here. That'd probably be a good choice, wouldn't it? Now, let's see. I guess I will go for a... No, I guess I'll stay here. There's no need to change my current predicament. Let's go violent. There we go. Nice. And just in case things get dicey, we'll swap over to the hammer time build. And go with that in mind. Let's see how things pan out. You're going to do your lightning thing. Okay, so it is a single shot thing, which is good worth noting. Ow. That's going to hurt. Ow. That's going to hurt even more. Oh, here they come with their damage and shenanigans. We should be fine, though. It's just a matter of actually just building up our defenses here. With a quick heal, that's going to reduce... Well, it's going to heal us up a little bit. We are going to be suffering from deep analysis, which greatly reduces our dodge and whatnot. It reduces our dodge and parry, I believe. Well, no, it just reduces our dodge and our armor. That would explain the damage loss. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so I guess we will go for a large swing here. Do this. There we go. This should give us 6 stacks. There we go. I mean, it's going to increase our defenses, so why not? Right? Yeah, they're going to be forced to just try and hit us, but to no avail. They're trying their best, though. They're trying their best. I'll have to heal a bit, though, before I continue. Oh, hello. You've decided to go for that. Okay. Respectable choice. Respectable. Isn't going to stop us from doing what I think is going to be funny. Alright, so these guys have decided to line up in a row. I have to do this. I have to move. I'm going to move over here. It's going to provoke, but that's fine. I wanted to provoke. We get the parry coming in. And here we are with a nice juicy swing. Which I'm not going to complain. This is going to give us a 7 here. We'll go for wildfire here. Get a swing here. Alright, that's a fail. But hey, we can at least go for another swing and try and get hits. To no avail, but that's fine. We are up to 8 stacks of versatility now, and at this point, I do believe that Vorg is going to do quite well. He's got a nice juicy 120 to dodge, so even if he doesn't have the protection from defense here, we'll be fine. Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to be fine, but I guess not. That is what happens when you underestimate an enemy. Ah, well. It was funny while it lasted. Ah, well. But yeah, no, those electrical priests are no joke. Oh well. It was fun while it lasted. Now I gotta play seriously. Okay, we are gonna prioritize focusing this direction here. Swap over to gun shenanigans here. Alright. Oh no. Well, at least they got into position here. That's fine. Alright, Stein. Just go into full cover here, it's fine. As for you two, just stay in cover. I don't need you anywhere, you know, visible. There we go. Theoretically, I could use Heinrichs and Pascal in this instance, but I'd like to avoid that as much as possible, personally. There's no need to bring them into this fight, as far as I'm concerned. We'll be able to handle this really easily, without the extra help, I would imagine. Alright. We are probably going to hurt our allies here. But considering the alternative, it's probably for the best. We are going to do a run and gun here to get us some more distance, which is exactly what we need here. We're going to be hurting our allies by moving here, but considering the alternative... Well, considering the benefits, I should say. Not a bad trade-off. Alright, we're going to aim for this guy specifically here. Now that's assuming I want to go that route. I mean, yeah, let's just do a full barrage here. No reason to not, right? And you know what? I'm just going to use a surefire plan. Increase our damage by 15%, because I can. Why not? It's 16 bolts anyways, and by God, is it going to be juicy 16 bolts. There we go. Alright, cautious approach is activated. Alright, swap to the hammer build. There we go. Rest are going to start marching up, or trying to. The Alpha is trying to hit some servitors, but to no avail. These guys are about to feel pain. Oh, here we go. There goes one. Oh, servitors doing some good work there. Dodges. Oof, there goes the servitors, damn. Alright, well, here comes the rest. The help, I should say. Alright, we should probably save under pain here, at this point. Because now we gotta get into the mojo of just dodging and weaving. So let's save under here. There we go. This is not gonna be that hard of a fight, so I shouldn't need to make a double save for pain, but yeah, no, it should be an easy, easy clear-up mission here. Alright, for this, we just need to bulk up here. I'm not going to make too much stacks as the focus. I'm going to focus on increasing our fired-up stacks more than anything. So there's going to be a lot of damage to the corrupted Stakaris here. And we're just going to burst this direction here. There we go. See how much damage gets into the their line of sight there. There you go. Okay, we get 79 shots worth. So we're doing well on the crit at least, I must admit. How is our dodge looking? We're looking at a juicy... We're looking at a juicy 10 dodge. It's alright. We're going to get more of that when we start using our hammer, after all. So, yeah. We'll take advantage where we can. The Lodge's heretics are going to start doing their shenanigans, I would imagine. Yeah, they're going to start firing lasers at us, as expected. So far, I'm satisfied with the results. Even if we did take a small bit of damage there, we'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. Ow. You know, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Let's save under pain here. There we go. And let's start mauling these guys, I guess. So we're going to start with, I guess... Yeah, let's just start with a AoE shot here. There we go. Ground slam. We can then activate Steady Superiority, giving us an immense amount of surplus on our abilities. We'll go for a swing here. Nice. We will activate Revel and Slaughter to give us a bit of an edge in combat, as you can imagine. Wildfire to come up with an even more damage out. We are then going to go for a swing this way. Alright, that's a parry, but that's fine. Alright, that's going to give us 5 stacks worth of versatility. And we're doing quite well, I'd say. To start out with, after all. And I think this is only the beginning of what we've got we've got set up for ourselves. So this is only the beginning of what we're capable of, to say the least. Oof. They're trying their best to hit us, but to no avail. Alright. Alright, let's go for the swing here. There you go. Nice. Go for another swing. Alright, that's a miss. Alright, we can wildfire here. For another attempt. There we go. And we can do a... We can do that, or we can go for... Oh, we can't go for a gunshot here. Okay. We'll just activate concentrated fire, I suppose. There we go. We are up to 8 versatility stacks. That's pretty cool. Let's see how we fare. Yeah, corrupted Skitaris are trying their absolute best to hit us, but to no avail. Yeah, the Logitechs are trying their absolute best to get a hit on us, but to no avail. Pretty much just a clear sweep here at this point. Now it's just a matter of dealing enough damage to really worm in the opinion that guns are better. Regardless. With a simple heavy bolter and gentle persuasion of the, well, gentle persuasion of literally anything in our direct path. Boom. We're just going to launch a Hail Mary at these guys. We will also go in as far as using a wildfire here. There we go. We don't really want to move any further, so we're just going to aim in this general vicinity here. And we should be fine. And there you go. Even more damage coming in. Oh, and we also got the gracious benefit of getting another shot in. Why not? There we go. Brought up to 11 stacks of versatility in a matter of seconds. And I think this is only the beginning. We've still got our next advantage coming in hot. Oh, they're really trying to hit us now. They're panicking, as you can imagine. Alright. Let's see. The Logic Heretics are really trying their best to avoid a long drawn-out fight. We'll go with rapid fire and concentrated fire as we do. Alright, let's see. We can go for a 60% here. We might as well aim for this guy. Why not? There we go. Alright, we're going to activate Wildfire to combo in. There we go. Man, we're really getting some misses here. Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, they're trying their absolute best to hit us, but we're getting enough stacks that we can actually warrant just keeping on our toes here, that we're going to be fine. Yep, they're trying to do their best to wail on us, but no avail. In fact, they're hurting themselves more, which is concerning. Alright, we're going to reload here. I guess I could start aiming for the corrupted Skitari here, I suppose. Alright, well, for now, let's aim for these guys in the back. Alright, let's activate Rapid Fire here. Let's follow up with Wildfire. There we go. And then we get 16 stacks here. Oh, there you go. We also get a nice, juicy, heroic firearm if we want to use that, but I'm going to save that for later. Because I got better use here, I would imagine. Yeah, they're trying their absolute best to get us, but it's no avail. I think this is a good time to save and then just start going Hail Mary. Why not? Let's save here. Let's go Hail Mary here. We got enough of a bonus that I think we should be fine. Alright. Let's revel in slaughter. Let's do a run and gun here. Alright, here we are. We're gonna march up straight over to here, I guess. Alright, let's turn off cautious approach. Turn on, maybe not firearm mastery just yet, but get ready to turn it on because we're about to do some serious danger for them. Alright, we've turned off our defenses, to say the least, but we're getting an absurd boost to our ballistics, whatnot. So let's aim with the intent of destroying these three. There we go. Activate firearm mastery here. That's one. Here's two. There we go. I think we're actually getting to get absurd amounts of hits, I do believe. Let's focus on this one, I guess. Oof. Come on. Oh well. If I don't get this, it's fine. Oh well, I guess we're not getting that, but that's perfectly fine because we do have wildfire here. We've also got surefire plan for extra damage. I'm feeling extra spicy today, so we're gonna get rid of you. Oof. Well, it's no go, but, you know, it's fine. Oof, that's some damage. Let's swap over to hammer time here. We've got a nice juicy 107 armor. So let's pray this is enough to out-survive whatever they got in plans. Take 2 damage. Oh, he's doing deep analysis, but he gets hit by 104 hits. We take some juicy 23 damage, but it's nothing too crazy. Ow. Yeah, no, we'll be able to handle this guy. We'll start by going over to full cover. Nice. Throw in a nice other Hail Mary of Revel and Slaughter here. Swap over to our gun analytics here. Alright, we're gonna make a run and gun here, I guess. There we go. I will be able to hit you, but I won't be able to hit you. Alright, let's go over here, I guess. Because why not? Activate these. This is going to give us a juicy 18 hits. If we activate this, we will be able to get Wildfire, which is only going to make our life 100 times easier to hit. Lay into this guy. Wow. Still not enough, huh? Alright, fine. That's interesting. Okay, let's go into defensive mode here. This will mean that they can't really hurt us anymore, so there you go. Yeah, you're gonna do your thing. Fail to hit us. Alright, swap over to hammer time. Bada swing. And bada swing. Alright, let's swap over to guns here. There we go. We're going to do this. Alright, let's activate rapid fire to give ourselves a nice juicy to hits. Won't be able to even hit the guy, sadly, which sucks, but whatever. It's fine. Alright. Can't hit him there, but that's perfectly fine, because I do believe... Yeah, we can hit him like that, or we can hit him here. This will probably be the better target. And we get a juicy 6 to hit, so there you go. Bada boom. Oh, okay. I guess that wasn't enough. Let's turn this off, I guess. Activate Wildfire. Follow up with the other boosts. Because obviously, that wasn't enough to kill him. So there you go. Seriously? I was about to say. If I needed to do another roll, I was going to be surprised. But in doing so, we managed to level up. All of that solo, mind you. But for our troubles, we do get choose a skill and a talent, which is nice. As for what we're going to go with, out of everything, we've got really decent skills across the board. Let's see. It's going to be torn between Awareness, Carouse, and Medicae here. Medicae is at 82, so we're going to increase our Awareness up to 80 at least. Carouse we can always get dealt with later on, but we do get an ability here, so it really just depends on what we want to go here. I guess it really depends, huh? We'll get a common talent later on, so... I do want to start focusing my strength, so that way I can finally get power armor at, I'm probably going to get power armor next level here, just because I can. Killing an enemy with melee attack makes all the Arc Militant's ranged attacks this turn cost 1 AP, or minus 1 AP, rather. Does not stack. I could see about reducing the AP costs of any of our weapons by 1. Because having heavy weapons cost 3 to each hit does suck a little bit, but it could be worse. Any of the Arc Militant's area attacks, both melee and range, reduce deflection of all enemies hit by 2 and their armor by 7. Doesn't stack, though. We can reduce their dodge by 8. Could reduce the cost of Wildfire by 1 AP. I don't really need to do that. We're doing quite well with it. Arc Militant's heavy weapon attacks cost 1 less action point. That's probably going to be what we're going to go with. Enemies that were forced to make a resistance check makes... Okay, no. Any ranged area and burst attacks the Arc Militant reduce weapon skill of all enemies hit by 10. Yeah. I think the next best thing is going to be Survivor. That is probably going to be our next talent in the tree. It's going to be gotten later on, obviously, but we'll probably get it over by this level here, so... Yeah, we're going to go with Heavy Gunner. I like that idea. It's going to reduce our AP cost of heavy weapons, which is going to be nice. And that'll reduce it to a 1 to 2, much like any other weapon, so that's going to be nice. We'll collect everything here. Nothing needs to be stopped here. We'll just grab everything. We got a nice little power sword. Nothing too crazy. Some of it we'll probably just ditch for the wolves, but overall, we did pretty well. And in fact, we killed 5 or 6 individuals here. That's cool. We've lowered the gate already, so that's good. We got a dying tech priest here. And, of course, we got a few other things here and there, so might as well check this out. Oh, it's a good thing I spotted that, because I would otherwise have ran into a trap. Gonna save here. And let's see what else we come across. Alright, let's go disarm this. Nice. Got some goods here. Yoink. Alright. The broken panel of the cogitator is sparking. Its blind dark screen showing nothing. Then we got the dying tech priest there, so we'll check that out. Hopefully we'll be able to remedy him of his burden, because he's been suffering a lot, I would imagine. This pile of human remains, carelessly tossed together, emits a suffocating stench. The torn, gutted bodies once belonged to tech priests, but you cannot spot even a glint of metal anywhere. All their implants are gone. Suddenly, one of the ravaged bodies makes the tiniest movements. The tortured man's lips move ever so slightly, his half-closed eyelids twitching. Let's approach him. The man can barely breathe without his respirator implant. It is a miracle he survived a horrific vivisection. But it takes you a single look at his gaping wounds where the augment was ripped out to realize death is only a matter of time. As if having sensed your presence, the half-dead man looks at you, sharply inhales the hot air. Machine spirit, deliver me. The binaric requiem came from Pascal's box, sounds solemn and grim. Upon hearing it, the man's mutilated face twists into a weak semblance of a smile. Who did this to you? My comrades. His voice is barely audible. It seems each word takes the man a great deal of effort. Machine spirits. Has the Omnicide truly abandoned us? Kiava Gamma has fallen to the maw of the eternal enemy. The holy magi. They succumbed to heresy. The rest were stripped of their true flesh to feed the heresy. Preserve us. Deliver us. Deliver me from earring. Sacrifice living blood from vessels of the true flesh, while their hearts are still beating. I knew you would come. I've waited so very long. Deliver me from my torment. I attest that the 3 categorical requirements for assigning the status of a martyr of the faith has been met. Opposition of the enemy, preservation of adherence to dogma, and a brutal death. Requesting the right to extract the subject's organic matter for it to be used in the creation of an honorable servo skull. The man who is minutes from death wheezes weakly. An honor. Thankful for the right to serve. Alright. We can either go with the iconoclast option, or we can go for Pascal's option. It's basically just a nice little box con that you can use if you really want to. Naturally, we're going to go with the iconoclast option, though, so yeah. Yes, we could go for the dogmatic option, but I want to go strictly iconoclast here, so yeah. Let you be praised by a heavy bolter. In a single motion, you bring an end to his long torment. After checking there is no more survivors in this pile of human remains, you step away from the nightmarish sight. We could have gotten a servo skull out of that, but I much prefer getting the iconoclast points. It's just more beneficial in the long term, but I digress. We are going to save here, because this is going to get really dicey, I would imagine. Because there is a lot more fights in this area than meets the eye. And we're going to be fighting a lot. And I mean a lot. So get ready for that. The Cogitator's panel has a dozen of breakers, buttons, handle switches, and other control mechanisms. Read a log. You discovered a local data crypt, with contents collected by either previous operators or the machine spirit itself. Using your access, you study archives stored of this Cogitator. Alright, supply. Huh. Okay. Basically corruption in the Cogitator. But basically this planet currently is being used to create a ton of it's basically used to strip the strip parts from tech priests, basically, which is not cool. That is a lot of bombardment, Jesus. Let's pray this is not a common thing. But no, I think this is going to be quite the blow-up if we let it be. Good thing we're going to save and just disarm everything. That's another bomb removed. Here's another. Disable this. Oof. Good thing I loaded. Or good thing I have a load anyways. We do need to succeed these after all, so might as well just play it safe. Well, at least it's not too hard to reload everything and get everything ready. But yeah, things are pretty nasty here, as you could probably imagine. Not a fun experience to be here. And I digress. Not hard to disarm everything, I would imagine. There we go. Alright, let's save here. And let's see what we come across here. Alright, we're going to save here specifically so that way it's a little easier to disarm this one. There we go. Nice. Oh god, the lag's coming in. Okay. At least it's not that bad. We've managed to clear this out quite easily. Good. I don't think there's anything else around here, so no point in exploring any further. We can either click this to turn it around. So to basically give you an idea, this is a rotating platform. If you click it, it'll turn this 90 degrees, so it will just basically make a branch here. But I do believe we want to go this way, because this will be a nice clear of the area, so. We're doing it this way because there is reason to do so. So, yeah. We'll save here, and we're going to go click this option here. Alright, the system accepts the access codes. The clang of the moving bolts indicate that the door has been unlocked. And for that, we just wait for our allies to come over. It doesn't take them too long, it's just them wandering back around here, and we should be good. But we need to do this much at least, so that way the our companions, you know, come along with us. We don't need them to come into a specific room, but, well, we need them to be here, but we really only need Heinrichs here more than anything, so I digress. We're gonna save here. And let's see about dealing with this properly. Alright, what we're gonna do here. Numerous wires and pipes run to the filthy cages, which are filled with what looks like a conglomeration of human bodies. You cannot make out who is in the cage, but bright blue sparks flash intermittently in the darkness, while the mass of flesh twitches and shudders. Heinrichs casts a scrutinizing eye over one of the cages before withdrawing his weapon and approaching to examine what lies inside. Careful, Heinrichs. Look at it. Heinrichs gestures towards the cage closest to you. Through the metal bars, you see it truly as a pile of human bodies, or something that used to be. The monstrosity deformed bodies have fused together in places, while others were severed using saws and knives, leaving wounded, seeping pus and slime. Wounds that are undulating and sprouting tendons. Rods connected to wires that run to a nearby cogitator bristle across the flesh. One of the human heads turns to you. Mercy. Even attempting to speak causes the mutant pain, but he bears the agony and forces out the words. Mercy. Make it stop. Alright, let's study. You examine the pulsating mass of flesh. The creature in the cage seems to be comprised of several bodies joined together. You see no sutures or any other means at which the separate parts could have been connected. Among the layers of meat you can discern large knots of muscle, various limbs, exposed bones, parts of faces and entire heads. Only warp sorcery is capable of such an abomination, while preserving its ability to live on. What is this? Heinrich takes in his surroundings and once again fixes his attention to contents of nearest cage. I'm beginning to have some idea. The Lex Mechanic mentioned the inhabitants of the lower levels who had been imprisoned on their homes. He said some of them were brought here. The occultists did something to these poor people, in their own home. Now they're studying the results. They're people. Monstrously mutated, but still people. Yes, this is what warp sorcery's done to them, to be precise. I've seen many mutants whose features have been distorted under the effects of the Arch-Enemy, but this is something beyond all imagining. The Lux Mechanic talked about some kind of slag waste disposal and chaos symbol on machines. What are the Arch-Enemy minions doing to the people on the lower levels? To know the knowings of dark sorcery means allowing corruption into oneself. These are warp mutations, no doubt. Perhaps there was some side effect. And that's why they were brought here, to be connected to sensors and cogitators. Even fallen tech priests who have rejected the Omnissiah are driven by a perverted hunger for knowledge. Why are they hooked up to cogitators, then? Liguna Technus. Corrupted by the scrap code, I'm sure. It's unlikely we'll be able to extract anything of value from the data crypts. Heinrich carefully studies the screens of the corrupting machines. Thinking, Heinrich clenches his fist and bites down on a knuckle, and it recoils when the mutant from the nearest cage reaches a hand out to him through the bars. You... A female voice, or face, watches you from within the gloom of the cage. Even though half of her head had been turned into a mess of bones and lump and gross, her single eye looks at you with a surprising amount of intelligence. You promised us. Her words are echoed by other voices in the depths of the cage. Heinrich leans towards the cage, but at a sufficient distance to ensure that the mutant cannot reach him. Who are you talking to? What did they promise you? Who are they? You took us from the Inferno. You promised a reward. Her face contorts into a grimace, and the creature's lips stick together, like melted wax. I'll be damned, they can still speak! They remember the people who did this to them! Heinrich balls his fist in powerless rage, and he frowns in thought. Perhaps a little biomancy will allow us to draw the fragments of knowledge out of them, or will trigger further changes. Heinrichs, let us go. You're only prolonging their suffering. I am inclined to relieve their suffering. Every moment of this existence in such a state is pure torture for the people locked in these sheaths. It seems to me your mind is already made up. These people need deliverance from their suffering. Heinrich wavers for another moment and then leans over to cogitators. Each mutant has cables attached. May not know the nature of these machines, but it isn't too difficult to increase the voltage. Ah, this switch here. You hear a crackle of electricity. The wires grow with blue sparks, and the creatures locked in the cages drop lifelessly to the floor. The sharp tang of burned meat hangs in the air. That's that then. But do you know what bothers me, Rogue Trader? The number of people here. There are far too words. There are far too few. The lower levels of similar manufactorums are inhabited by millions. What happened to the rest of them? I know I won't like the answer. Let's go. We still haven't done what we came here to do. Indeedly do. There is much more concerning things, to say the least. Alright. Gonna open this door here. And this is gonna get interesting, so we need to save here specifically. There is reason for that, and pray this is gonna be in our favor, but who knows, right? The game can get quite wacky when it wants to be. The massive cogitator grows out of the metal bulkheads like a grotesque tumor. A hollow roar sounds from deep within the metal housing. Whatever spurred the computer into action, it has enough power to supply a small command center. As soon as your eyes fall upon the cogitator, you feel a tingling in your temples. Every nook, every compartment of the machine radiates a sense of wrongness. One that is difficult to explain, but no less palpable for that. It is as though the construct itself defies the laws of physics and perspective. Heinrichs makes a warning gesture. His voice rings slightly with tension, is threaded with disquiet. Stop, Vorg. That is a creation of the Archimet enemy. Don't go near it. You've done enough for me and my mission. Don't put yourself at risk now. We'll skip this so we can wander over. As soon as Heinrichs takes another step towards the cogitator, it emits a deafening shriek like hundreds of metal needles driving into toughened glass, as though sensing the stranger. Wincing, Heinrichs approaches the control panel and bends down towards the screens. Despite the heat clogging the room, you feel an ice-cold breeze. Heinrichs is clearly using his psychic abilities to try and fend off the pernicious effects of the Chaos artifact. The Omnisci's grace has not touched this object. This mechanism was not desecrated, but born flawed and unnatural. Iron most profane. Initiating observation log. Let not fear stand in the path of knowledge. Let's keep our distance and wait. A minute passes, then another. You watch Heinrichs examine the cogitator. His eyes scan the screens, his hands darting from the reel to lever, sometimes hovering uncertainly over the next switch, which immediately receives a coating of frost. At some point, you hear his voice, almost a whisper, barely audible above the clanging, roaring machine. Sacrifices. More sacrifices every minute. Heinrichs looks at you, his eyes darker now, appearing almost black in his white face. Hecamob did not determine us. The womb of this cursed machine is down on the lower levels. The auxiliary incumbinator controls and the system for delivering molten waste under the Manufactorum's main building. This cogitator is fueled by the energy harnessed from thousands of people, who are flowing beneath our feet as slag waste as we speak. But I cannot even imagine the reason for sacrificing all these people. It's inconceivable. Now we know why the Fabricator Sensor prized this monster so highly. The cursed tech priest and his associates created something that went beyond the limits of the Omnisci's power. This machine is designed to process myriad possibilities using warp sorcery. It's almost finished its task. It predicts the future. It predicts the future? How's that even possible? Do not attempt to gain any insight from the essence of the machines corrupted by the Archenemy. At least, not if you value your soul. I've encountered the heretics' mechanical abominations before. To truly fathom their nature is to allow a particle of death into your heart. But the fruit they bear, no matter how abhorrent their instruments, the fruit they bear could be useful. Heinrichs' clouded gaze suddenly clears as he glares at the cogitator. No. The cult's filthy ravagings are not worth that. What we can extract from its storage drives will be enough. Yep, your influence has made Heinrichs more merciful. But yeah, no, there is two options. Basically, you can be a bit more dogmatic, or you can make Heinrichs more merciful. That's really the toss-up between Iconoclast and... yeah, it's the core decision between Iconoclast and Dogmatic. But you can take advantage of the Dogmatic to be more heretical, if you know what you're doing. But that is a whole other strip of things that we can get into once we play the Heresy playthrough. But I digress. We need to stop the cogitator. For the sake of the people still alive down there, at least. Heinrichs facilitates for another second, and then shakes his head as though clearing away a mental fog. I almost succumbed to the Archenemy's old trick. the lure of the unattainable, the primary of all traps that chaos sets for unwary souls. Heinrich's movements are exact and purposeful. Unlike his earlier operation, the Cogitator, one after another, the Cogitator's screen begins to fade to black, and the roar coming from inside the machine quietens to a barely perceptible howl, in which you imagine you hear notes of dejection. Heinrich bends over the keys and flinches as if from electric shock. His head snaps back unnaturally, and you see his lips moving. The Cogitator lets out a roar that grows louder by the second. Oh god, here we go. And it's at this point we get into a heretical fight, as it were. I don't think I need to elaborate what's going to happen. Heinrich is going to take the distance. We are going to play it defensive here, and we need to be in a very defensive spot, so we're going to go here, at least. Heinrich, you can't really go any further, so yeah. Let's pray this is enough. Heinrich is probably going to go down here, to be quite honest. I would not be too surprised. Yep, he goes down immediately. And now it's time for the Heralds, the Pink Horrors, etc. And we're going to be in for a rough time here, naturally. Oof. Damage across the board, to say the least. Ooh, pain. Alright, well, let's swap to the hammer time here. Because we're going to need to play it defensive here for a while. First, we're going to start by healing. Then we're going to go for a swing here. There we go. We'll do a run and gun here to get us another swing. Even if it doesn't get the land, we can still get the hit off. And then activate Cautious Approach just to give us a bit of an edge. Really, I should have prepared more medkits, but that's my mistake. I'll live with it. We'll just focus on trying to get more armor. That's the most that we can do here. The Herald of Senec is going to be a nasty foe to deal with. And hopefully we have enough healing to overcome these enemies. Or at least I'm praying that's the case. The Screamer of Tezenek is going to try and chase after us, as expected. But yeah, we're going to save... Well, yeah, we're going to save here, I suppose. Save under pain. And pray this is enough. Alright, we're going to focus on the Pink Horror here. Okay, there you go. We'll go for a another charged wildfire here. Go for a swing here. Alright, that's a parry, but we got 3 points now. And let's pray this is enough. Pascal, we just want you to run this way, I guess. And just pray that you're not going to get beat up. Because these guys are going to take up a lot of damage here. Screamer of Tzenek is going to really try to deal with us, but to no avail, I would imagine. Alright. Start swinging. Alright, we're up to 4 stacks now. Pray that's enough. Alright, Pascal, we want you to move over here, so that way you're not the target of anything. So far, so good. These guys have decided not to use their blasting abilities, so that's cool. I can take advantage of that. I'm gonna heal here. Then I'm gonna go for a swing like this. There we go. I guess I'll do a run and gun here, just to give myself a bit of an extra edge here, to get the kill on this one. Or try to anyways, but to no avail. But I should be fine. The last one is going to try and get us into a position of compromise, but to no avail. Yeah, the Screamer is just not doing anything, which is good. Alright. Bought a swing. Nice. Alright, we'll do a wildfire here, followed by concentrated fire, just to increase the damage that we're going to be doing here. And we're just going to hammer time this guy, these guys, there we go, nice. We're brought up to 8 stacks, which is pretty good. Blue Horror's going to try to get into the mix. Oh, no, he's actually going to chase after our good ally, I would imagine. No big deal. Alright, let's go for a swing like this. About a swing. Okay, nope. We can do this then. Alright, nope. But we can get another swing here. Man, we're missing a lot, but that's fine. At least the fact that we're actually getting dodge in is more important here. Okay, the blue horrors are trying to get in. I think I can get away with a swing here. There we go. Follow up with wildfire here. Man, we're missing that. Okay, we'll go for another one here. There we go. We'll do a run and gun to follow up. Alright, there we go. Nice. Up to 15 stacks already. Nice. Yeah, Pascal's not gonna have a fun time, to say the least. Blue Horror's coming in droves, to say the least. Well, at least we got the dodge coming in, so that's cool. Alright, let's swap it up now. We've got enough stacks that we're not going to be hit, I can guarantee that much, at least. We're going to start blowing these guys up. So let's start by focusing fire here. Like so. There we go, that's one enemy dealt with. Alright, wildfire to get another set of shots in. We're going to focus downward, I guess. Yeah, focus downward. Alright, we're going to swap over to a board tactic. So we're going to go for the pink horror here. Whiff, but that's perfectly fine. Alright, there we go. Alright, blue horror's trying its best to get to us. Yep, Pascal's going to go down. I know that for a fact. Alright, here we go. We're swapping to the gunner mechanizations as usual. Alright, we're going to focus downward specifically here this time. Hoorah! Once again, activate the special ability. Go ham. And then finalize it with another swing here, with a hammer strike. 21. Nice. Pascal's gonna get killed. That's fine. I don't mind if those two get killed. It's more so Vorg that we gotta focus on, so... yeah. We should be fine all the same. Alright, we're gonna go for another gun run. Like so. Alright, let's lay into this one, as usual. Bada boom. His allies are next on the chopping block. Activate Revel and Slaughter. Activate Wildfire. And as a result, we can focus like this. And we'll still get the same results. Nice. Yeah, they stand no chance. Blue Horror is going to try and chase in, but to no avail. And they're going to be forced to stay stationary, I would imagine. And I do believe at this point we can probably turn off our protections and we should be fine. We have a juicy 115 armor. I'm going to save here just to make sure I can be fine with that. We are going to save under pain here, because I'm satisfied with the results thus far. Alright. Let's do this. Let us turn off cautious approach. And let's go full ham here. Let's do this. Burst these guys down to oblivion. Hoorah! Alright, activate the extra fire here. Alright. Let's get another swing in. We're going to go for this one to minimize the amount of hits that we're going to suffer. There we go. Alright, we're going to suffer from the Herald and Pink Horror, but we should be fine, I think. Yep, we've still got parry under wraps, to say the least. Alright, we can reload here, which is probably not the smartest move. So instead, we're just going to go fully ham here. We're going to knock this guy back. There we go. Force him into a position where he can't really chase us. We're going to do Wildfire. And this is going to do 73 to 92, but if we combine that with Concentrated Fire, we're basically tripling our damage. I think. Nope, we aren't. That's perfectly fine, though, because we can still punt him away. Not that it would really matter, because we just kill him in the process, so there you go. We'll activate Cautious Approach just so we can minimize the chance of us getting hits. But ultimately, we will be fine. Because everybody's going to be starting to chase us, and Screamer is starting to get angry, or antsy with us, so that'll be interesting. Oof. He's doing his ethereal flame shenanigans. Well, at least I could just march over here and do this. There we go. Activate this. There we go. Follow up with this. Bada boom. And bada pow. Alright. Ooh. Dealt quite a lot of damage there. We can now do Steady Act here. And then we can follow up with yet another strike. Because we can. 31. Nice. We're probably going to reload here, just so we can wail on these guys, at least. But other than that, we should be fine. Yeah, these guys stand no chance. Alright. This is going to provoke some damage, but that's fine. There we go. A full reload is necessary for just pain. We are going to save here, I think. And this is going to get pretty wacky, I would imagine. So get ready for this. Alright, turn off Cautious Approach. Get in Rapid Fire, just so we can get the extra damage in, I would imagine. We're going to face it with this direction in mind. There we go. Nice. Throw in another Wildfire here, just to give even more damage out. Now, if we face this way, we will still be hitting this one. We're just going to be focusing this one first. Yeah, let's go this way. Why not? We're still going to hit this guy in the general vicinity anyways, so it's fine. Alright, there we go. Swap over to the hammer. Let's see how the Screamer is going to do. Okay, you're doing 12 damage. You don't really do much to us, I'll be quite honest. Alright, well, let's just bat this bat away. Or whatever this is. Swing. Swap over to gun antics here. Let's beef up here. rapid fire, concentrated fire. Let's unload. 74. Let's do this. Hoorah! Oh, that was fun. Heinrich stares at the smoldering ashes of the daemon, then the destroyed cogitator. The furrow of his brow slowly smooths out. His face looks almost contented. The creation of chaos is no more. I hope the fabricator's censor did not have time to pass on the secret of this creature to his associates. And I hope that the survivors down in the lower levels can hold on until we liberate Kiava Gamma. You did the right thing. The people who survived this disaster will continue to serve the Imperium. Yes, if they had not been touched by corruption. I hope that when you come to decide the fate of this world and its inhabitants, you consider the fact that these unfortunates also include those who have not been touched by chaos. I must thank you, Vorg. Without your help and cooperation, I doubt I would have reached the depths of Kiava Gamma and learned the truth behind my agent's dispatches and reports. I would never have ended up here, and I would never have succeeded in hampering the cult's activities. My business on Kiava Gamma is concluded. It is time to return to the mission that brought you to the industrial world. The only thing I'll ask of you is an audience when you return to the ship. Heinrich bows his head to signal that the conversation is over. And with that, that is the mission with Heinrich done. So we can theoretically just kick him off from here at this point. We don't necessarily need to kick him off. Like, it's not like it's going to affect our experience gain in any way. All it does is that it just means that, you know, he's just going to be around. That's all it really matters. Or all it's really going to do, I should say. But I digress. It's not going to affect us too heavily if he comes along with us or not, so just weigh the options as you see fit, really. That's all it comes down to. I'm just going to leave him in the party because there is no reason to not. I mean, he's going to be here for story element at least anyways, so might as well keep him around to see what he does. So, there you go. And in fact, I might actually change with that mindset in tune with some of the companions I have. I might just keep him around just for the sake of story. But I digress. That is something I will have you guys decide in the, you know, I'll probably put a poll up to decide how I do things in that regard. Because, I mean, hey, as long as I'm not using them for combat, it's not like it's going to hurt us, right? So, why not? I'll leave them here, though, and we'll go from there. But yeah, no, the only thing that it would do is it would probably delay some certain combats, but I digress.
Into some of the mysteries of tech ministry. I still have questions that you might be able to answer.
But yeah, no, these guys talk, as you can see, so there are times when you can get some interesting situations play out. But I digress. We're going to save here under Cleansing of Kiava Gamma, and we're going to continue on. We're going to get some interesting results, to say the least. For now, let's do the knowledge check here. That is a fail, but that's an easy load to check and make sure we succeed. But I digress. Just a matter of succeeding to checks and we should be good. Okay. God. Okay. Man, the loads take a while, I must admit. Hopefully I can do something about that, but well. Alright, we succeeded. This eerie-looking makeshift structure is an altar to Zenek, amidst the revolting totems and twisted symbols dedicated to Chaos God. You notice a string of 9s burned into the metal surface. Which is not cool, but whatever. There is going to be a dangers here, but we can actually do something about that in a moment here. We just have to go up here. And there's also something here, but I will get to that later on. I want to deal with the fight, or the, a certain thing over on this side first, before I start touching that, or this area, to say the least, because, there's something pretty nasty up there. It'll be our, second instance of, meeting with somebody very, very familiar, to say the least. But, what we can do here is we can grab this. Or I thought we could. Nope, we can't. Okay. There was a glitch earlier on in the series of, well, apparently you could pick this up, but I'm gonna ramble on that later, but first let's deal with this first. So we're gonna save. Cleansing of Kiava Gamma here. Before we do anything, let's see about dealing with this. Remove the obstacle. I'm very curious what happens if we just release the car brake. Let's see what happens. Boop. Nothing. Okay, let's activate the car brake then. Let's remove the obstacle. There we go, we succeed. And in doing so... Yeah, we did succeed, right? Yes. Athletics check succeeded. And if we release it, this is what will happen. The car will brake will release, and boom. It just moves that, it moves the lever here up to a way we can actually reach. So, we've now got ourselves a manual valve. This is going to help us in the future, so just keep that in mind, but it's not going to help right now. But there is going to be something in the immediate future that we can use it for, so be ready for that, I suppose. We're going to save here, make a knowledge check, I would imagine. Tech use, specifically.
Get the job done.
This car is filled with refuse, broken pieces of spare parts, chopped up lumps of flesh, bits of wire, and other rubbish. Okay, so basically a trash heap for them. Okay. Nothing we can't deal with. Alright, we've now got some tech stuff here. We are going to save here. And we're going to get ready for whatever is coming our way here. But before we do, we are actually going to equip some things. I'd like to actually go through the effort of equipping some medkits here. Because we've been lacking quite a bit here. We should probably make sure that we got some medkits just in case things go awry. So let's go see what's going on here. Alright. The tech priest tears himself away from reading his data slate and looks up at you. His repository augmentic is missing. Instead, the lower half of his face is covered in deathly pale artificial flesh. You take note of the multitude of flesh augmentics attached to his head. They seem to have been inserted haphazardly, and pus is seeping from the untreated wounds. I heard your footsteps in the void. You are Von Valentius, are you not? Pascal exchanged a series of binary signals with the tech priest before saying menacingly, initiating arrest procedure. This unit is a fabricated identification code, which constitutes as grade 4 transgressions. You are a heretic, are you not? Merely a seeker of knowledge. However, the experiments I have conducted extend far beyond the allowed limits of an ordinary transmechanic, tasked with maintaining a planetary Vox array. But ever since I received that strange signal, my ears have been open to what I have previously considered to be forbidden knowledge. Every night since then, I've been tuning my Vox station to that very frequency, and listening to the voices. Am I a heretic? The fabricator sensor didn't think so. He conducted inspections, but he did not prohibit my research. Later, when a mysterious visitor revealed the truth to his optics, he came to me once more. I nurtured the scrap code for him in the depths of our minds. It lives there still, eating through my synapses and building new connections that are open to new knowledge of change. Is freedom heresy? If so, then I'm a heretic. The reason for failure of this unit's operations have been established. You have fallen victim to cognitive corruption and chaos. Your computing processes have been disrupted. You are defective. Defective? I reveal the truth. I comprehend just as the Omnissiah commands. Meanwhile, your mind thrashes about within what the cage of a data valves. So which one of us is defective? Pascal, do you have any preferences regarding the killing of your former tech comrade? Pascal switches to Technolingua, his vox erupting in a series of binaric signals. There's no need for secrecy, let him understand. The heretic nods in your direction with a smile. Pascal glances at you with worry and says in Gothic, his voice doubtful. Following a voluntary surrender, I'll be willing to commute the punishment from immediate destruction to arrest and isolation, for the purposes of conducting an exhaustive interrogation. If you think it's best. The heretic's deranged smile remains on his dead lips. Request denied, tech comrade. You will have to pull what I know out of my head. That is a danger. Okay. I'm gonna move up to here. The other two can just stay behind there, because they're gonna be we're gonna be focused on, you know, these guys, so we'll be fine. Although we are gonna be dealing with combat servitors, which are not gonna be fun to deal with, to say the least. Never mind the corrupted rust stalkers, which are gonna be nasty. We're gonna be dealing with some quite dangerous individuals, to say the least. We're gonna move over to half cover here. This is probably for the best. Alright, we are probably gonna want to focus on the Vox Skulls, because they provide buffs. Other than that, we should be fine. We'll start with the rapid fire and concentrated fire combo, just to increase our odds of landing hits on these guys. But yeah, other than that, lay into them. There we go. We'll throw in an extra hit with the run and gun here, just to give us a bit of an edge. It's only a 0% chance to hit, though, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to focus on the combat servitor. There we go. Even if it doesn't deal damage, we still get the prop, which just means that we get more defense here. My worry is definitely the corrupted rust stalker, but we will be able to manage regardless, I hope. Oh, Mind Scrambler. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of damage. Hopefully it won't affect us too heavily here. Oh, Combat Servitor is going to start land shooting some grenade, yep, there you go. Kind of predicted that was going to happen. Demence is going to do his shenanigans. Oh, he's forcing the Combat Servitor to move again. Alright. I guess that's our life, huh? Oof. Alright, we're going to start off by healing ourselves. There we go. Alright, let's see. I guess we're going to want to focus on the corrupted Rust Stalker here. In fact, I'm probably going to swap over to Hammer Time here. For the occasion of just needing to knock a guy back, I guess. There we go. That's probably for the best, given our circumstances. I'm going to prepare Concentrated Fire. And we should be good to go. Hopefully. We just gotta pray that we're not gonna get hit by anybody here, really. Combat Servitor forces a hit there. Oh, he didn't even get to move, which is funny. Alright, Demence, what are you gonna do? You're gonna force another hit on the Rust Stalker. Interesting. That isn't stopping us from doing our usual routine here. Alright, we're gonna go for a swing here. Nice. We'll go for a Wildfire here. We're going to aim for the knockback here. Not that it would do it, but... Oh, no, it does. Okay. And I'll go for a swing here, even though it won't guarantee a hit. Oh, there you go. Okay, never mind. Well, at least we still got 2 stacks. That's perfectly fine by me. Yeah, we just gotta evade the attacks, as we do. And parry. You know how it be. Alright, we've been forced out cover. This is sure to be interesting, given Demence is going to probably attack us here. But yeah, no, he's going to have a rough time no matter what. Alright, let's go for a... Let's go for a swing here. Oh, parry. Okay. Alright, another parry. That's fine. If I do a run and gun here, I can minimize the amount of harm I'm going to be suffering here. There you go. No avail. Perfectly fine, though. We're slowly getting stacks anyway, so it's no big deal. Vox Skull's moving up. Alright, you get hits. You're going to force me to dodge, as is to be expected at this point. Vox Skull is probably going to be our next focus here. Minimizing his turns is probably going to be fun. Ow! We got hit there. Alright. We are going to save here, I do believe, under pain. And we'll see how things pan out. But I do believe that healing here is going to be utmost priority. Just minimizing the amount of damage that we're taking is just always good. Alright, we're going to activate Rapid Fire, Concentrated Fire, and we're going to use Wildfire here. So that way we can use the Burst Fire with ease. We'll Burst Fire him into Oblivion. Alright, and we swap back to our hammer time. Here we go. Alright, we parry. Nice. These two won't be doing anything, as expected. Man, that dude's really trying his best to stop us, but he's only hurting himself. We will heal for one extra measure just to be safe. Alright, we are going to swing at this one. There we go. Activate this. Activate this. Alright, let's go for a swing here. Ground slam, nice. Yep, they're trying their absolute best to try and hit us, to no avail. Demence has tried his absolute best to do something against us. But yeah, no, ooh, he managed to hit us, though. Impressive. He's doing something good, at least. Alright, shove. Alright. And we'll go for one extra measure here. There we go. Pray that's enough. He's getting lucky, I'll say that much, at least. I'm a little worried about the corrupted Rust Stalker, but, I mean, as long as we dodge, we'll be fine. There we go. Alright, that deals with that one, and now we just need to deal with you. We're obviously going to miss most times out of 10 against this guy, so we're just going to focus on playing it defensive here. Alright, all that's left is dealing with Demence. And honestly, it'd be very easy to just wander up to him and just wave... Oh. Assuming we don't die, of course. It's just going to be easy enough to just combo the ever-living hell out of him with a ranged attack. So here's what we're going to do. Swap over to our range. He is in the perfect time to quite literally just mow him down. So we're going to use steady act here. We are going to bulk up our attacks here, like so. Completely start demolishing him from a range. There we go. Throw in yet another barrage here. Bada boom. Alright. And we'll throw in another single shot there. There we go. Swap over to the hammer. we're good. And we'll just pray that we're not going to get hit at that point. But we should be able to dodge most of his attacks at this point, I would imagine. Yeah, no, he's forced to just repeat his shenanigans, but to no avail. And because we're in such a position that we can just actually target him and we should be fine. Or I could just target his robot, but I think it's better if I target him more than anything, so let's go for him first. Let's just blow him away with damage. There we go. We can get another barrage in, like so. Do another wildfire here. There we go. And we will swap over to a sorted board style and just attack the corrupted cogitator, or corrupted ruststalker, I should say. And literally the ruststalker is the only thing left, stopping me from victory. And as far as I'm concerned, he's going to be an easy mark now, because we should be able to just completely demolish him at this rate. He's got an amazing weapon skill, strength, toughness, and agility. However, that isn't going to stop us from being stronger, thanks to cautious approach, that is. We're going to save under pain here. And let's get ready to quite literally make this guy's life a living hell. Alright. Oh, right, we didn't have the defenses. Whatever, it's fine. Alright, shove. Swing. Alright. Wildfire. Shove. And for good measure, concentrated fire. Swing. Boom. Pascal stands motionless as he stares at the heretic's corpse. After a long silence, he finally says in a hollow voice, I am taking his neurocogitator. The data contained within must be analyzed to supplement the catechism of maintenance and operation. I would advise against it. It may be dangerous. Request denied. The value of the data justifies the risk. Pascal leans over the corpse, activates the sampling tool on one of his mechadendrites, and plunges it into tangle of the augmentants covering Heretic's skull. Well, suit yourself, I guess. Well, we tried, well, we could have convinced him otherwise, but whatever, it's no big deal. Redemption Gloves. The wearer's melee attacks made against enemies under the effect of exposed weakness decrease the enemy's strength and agility by 10. Pretty nice. We've also got the ladder here. We might as well set it up, because why not? It just helps us get up and down, I do believe. And we can actually get some skill checks here, so we might as well do that. We'll save here. And getting these skill checks in will be nice for experience, so might as well do it right now. Alright, we succeed and get ourselves... Oh, we failed. So that's a load. But hey, it's an 85 skill check DC, so we should be able to manage given some time. Regardless, it'll take time to do that. Okay. At least we're almost done with Kiava. Well, I'd say we're almost... Well, I guess we technically are almost done with Kiava Gamma. We've still got a few more things here and there to do, but ultimately, it's a relatively simple playthrough you have to go through, but I digress. Alright. Athletics. That was another fail. Somehow we're rolling so high that, we're just getting lucky on the high rolls as opposed to the low rolls, which is the actual benefit here. Or the supposed rolls that you should be going for, but I digress. Alright. regardless, it's going to take us some time, but we'll get the checks going up and down either way, and we'll get the experience for it, which will be 11 at least, give or take. But it's a small bit of experience for a long-term benefit, so again, the reloads are fine. In fact, we're almost at level 29, surprisingly enough. Alright, we succeeded on the first. We're gonna save just to be safe, because I don't want to go and fail this again. But yeah. With another check. We failed, which is kind of what I was worried about. God damn it. But yeah, now we got a shortcut to work with, so that's nice. Alright. There we go, finally. There we go. An 11 to checks, nice. That'll help a lot. Okay, we got a Vox. Yeah, we got a few Vox skulls. Demence has died here, and he's got a plasma gun and a portable cogitator. This cogitator will grant you a bonus on logic tests, and this plasma gun's pretty alright if you're looking to play a plasma build. But I'm not. So, yeah, it's there. Got a lore warp here that you can do, so I guess we'll check this out before we go any further. See what this leads us to. Alright, I failed the lore warp again. Another failed check, but that's fine. Should be able to clear this out pretty quickly at this point. Just gonna take time. There we go, nice. Alright, here we go. The vats, which were previously used to store fuel, have been turned into reservoirs for blood, an ingredient for the vile rituals that have replaced the orderly protocols of the Manufactorum. So yeah, no, Heretic machines require blood to function. Or at least most of their machines require blood to function. So that's pretty grim, given the circumstances, but, you know, that's just how they work, that's how they operate. It's their choice if they want to go that route or not, but I digress. Alright. We're going to go in here first before we do anything, because there is merit to going in here. You'll understand why in a bit. But we're going to grab something specific here. And this is actually going to help us in long term of things, I should say. Alright. The cogitator looks dead. Only a single lit lumen shows that there is life within the machine. Let's bring our Electo to the scanner. Several lumens light up on the panel. You hear distinct clicks, and the cogitator goes quiet, clearly having fulfilled its purpose. Oh, we're getting a bit blinky here. The door's pneumatic actuators have been obviously failed. It can now only be opened manually. Thankfully, we got a manual valve. Bada boom. Takes us some effort on our part, but we do manage to get it in the end. There is merit to doing this, you'll understand why in a bit, but first let's save here, because this does matter. We're gonna save here specifically, so that way we can deal with this. But there is going to be merit to solving this. You'll understand why in a minute.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
That's another load. The game really doesn't want us to succeed here. Damn. Ah well. We'll manage. Alright. Well, at least we're almost done with the game, so... Or at least this area, I should say. But I digress.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Seriously? Come on. I can do this. Not that hard of a game to... It's not that hard of a roll, I do believe. But I digress. It's taking its time. Ah, well. These sorts of games do take its time, do take its toll, but, you know how it be. Alright.
I know how to take risks. I won't let it
Oh, come on. It's a 55. You guys... Come on, game. You can let this happen. It's a 55. It's a 50-50 chance. I would have tolerated at least like 2 or 3 rolls, not 4+. Ah, well. Just gotta be persistent with it, that's all. It's always gonna fail at some point. Like so, as you can see. But every piece of machinery part is always nice, and hey, we're gonna be met up with some nice, interesting machinery here. So let's save. And let's see what we find in here. But we gotta brace, because this is gonna get really dicey really quick. Thick layer of dust is a telltale sign that this place has a very few visitors. But yeah, no, traps. Ow. That's a load. Now, can I disable everything before it kills me? That is the question. Hard to say how this will pan out, but we'll see. We'll see. It's just gonna take some time, that's all. That's all it comes down to. Time and a bit of elbow grease on your part. So let's see, we won't be able to disable this unless we get close to that.
Keep your wits about you. Fate and fortune favor the bold.
My god, this game's really pushing my patience here. Alright. The towering of the furnace beneath its scarlet light fills you with awe. As you approach, the heavy thrum of the ancient servo motors erupt from the machine's depths, along with the crackling of binaric undertones. The dust-covered keys are illuminated by a faint pale glow. Yep. We are basically gassed. However, we do get it, is the thing. Rumbling builds up in the bowels of the furnace, growing stronger, apace with the sound of the ancient motors. The rumble is echoed by the screeching of metal gears and the clanging of unknown mechanisms. Slowly, almost hesitantly, the creation of the Adeptus Mechanicus disgorges a databank engraved with the coat of arms of House von Valencius. Considering, yeah, we don't want intoxication, so we're gonna load. We just want to disable that more than anything. That's all we really want to do. We can't disable the trap, sadly. If we had a way to disable from a distance, that would have been really nice to have, but we don't have that, sadly. That's the annoying bit. It really annoys me that you can't disable these traps, in particular in this room, because I would do it in a heartbeat, if I could. But I can't, so... yeah, you're stuck dealing with that, and yeah, so... input code to turn it off, press Theodora's data, there we go. But yeah, comes down to just basically exploring this bit. There isn't really a way to disable this, but yeah, there you go. Nothing really inquisitive about this area, it's just, yeah, that. But those codes are actually going to be very important to you, so prepare for those, to say the least. We're gonna save here, because this is gonna result in a very dangerous fight. You'll understand why I say that in a minute. But, in fact, I should probably get some more medkits here, so give me a second to arm myself with medkits. We are gonna save here, because we need this as much as, you know, everything else here. Alright. Let's go over here and prepare. The Chaos Space Marine towers over the Tech Priest's bowed heads like a dark cliff. He is reciting a sermon, slowly, almost chanting. From the mere sound of his deep, low voice, you could almost break into a cold sweat, and your gorge rises. Listen, for my words reveal to you a path from the darkness unto the primordial truth, which has thrown open its gates for wayward souls, seeking deliverance from the shroud of lies, torments, and enslavement. Your minds have shed the bonds of the dogma that have guided you into the abyss. Accept now the hope granted to you by the greatest of the word-bearers. Heinrich's hisses through gritted teeth. I knew our meeting on Rykad Minoris wouldn't be the last, but to run into this anathema here. Kiava Gamma did not merely succumb to heresy. Your Vorg is in the clutches of the greatest evil known to the Imperium. Fastball gazes at his former brethren and whispers dryly. The Noosphere signatures of defective units have been archived. In accordance with the sacred commandments, I will tolerate no heresy and hereby sentence you to categorical disposal without redemption. Indeed, death to Chaos Spawn. The Chaos Marine roars in fury as the Tech Priest turns and charges you, if on cue. Or as if on cue, rather. Alright. Chaos Marines are no joke, if you've already seen our previous run-in with one on Kiava Gamma. Well, yeah, no, on Kiava Gamma, I believe it's called. But to find one here is pretty nasty. We're gonna start here and get ready for a full-on barrage here, because this is gonna get nasty no matter what we do, so let's prepare with violence in mind to deal with all of these four here as much as we possibly can. So, we're gonna start with the rapid fire, concentrated fire combo here. And we're just gonna go absolutely ham here. We're gonna go hog wild, putting it lightly. We're gonna aim this way. There we go. Alright, we activate this, so that way we can get some more protection here. Because, we're gonna be dealing with a Space Marine. Or the equivalent of a heretical one, anyways. So, playing it defensive, literally the best thing you can do. And we're going to need as much defense as possible here, because we're going to be dealing with some tough cultists here, who are going to try and harass us as much as they possibly can, given the circumstances. Although, it does seem that we have the advantage here, so we're going to take advantage of whatever they do here, by playing it very defensive here. And, assuming the Space Marine does it, we are going to take advantage of his, we're going to take advantage of him by letting him attack his allies as he's doing his combat. Like so. We want him to attack his allies above all else. That is going to be our means of taking out the enemy without worrying about ourselves. Or without worrying about us getting hit in the process, to say the least. There we go. Parry. Let's pray that's enough. This guy's going to be constantly throwing in bullets, so let's pray that it's not going to hurt us too much. Thankfully, the parries are coming in clutch, so we got that going for us. Still not going to stop us from being surrounded, though, it seems. Ow. Here comes the Space Marine. He's doing his cursed armor shenanigans. Okay. Oh, dodge. Coming in clutch. Good. Alright. We are gonna save here, because this is gonna be nasty if we don't. Save under pain. Alright. He's got... Yeah, no, he's got 484 armor. That is probably the worst thing of this. But, to be fair, he's not the worst thing in this zone. So, be ready for that. We got a lot worse foes to deal with here. Okay. There we go. Up to 5 stacks. That is better than nothing, I suppose. Let's pray that's not gonna get us killed, but we'll see. Let's just rely on dodges and parries. That's really all we can do. Alright, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do Cursebringer, okay. Okay. Oof. Well, we're doing a number. We're gonna save here just to be safe. You never know. We're actually doing really well, all things considering, so that's cool. There we go. Get that done. Gonna throw in a wildfire here. Let's just knock you out of your prey. There you go. Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess the game is not letting you get out there, but that's fine. We'll just keep hammering away at you. That should be enough. Oh, lovely. We're dealing with another Chaos Beast. Or Chaos Spawn, I should say. Let's just pray that the Chaos Marine's gonna do more to him than us. Alright, well, let's go ham, I guess. Parry. That's fine. We'll go for another swing here. About a swing. And then we'll go for another blow like that. There we go. We'll throw in another steady superiority here. And then we'll get another attack out. There we go. Parry, but that's fine. And yeah, it's just going to be a combat throw of dodging every hit that comes our way. Ooh. Well, there goes his ally. He's only making this easier for us, to say the least. Alright, let's deal with the Chaos Spawn now. Hey! Parry. That's fine. Alright, I'll do this. There we go. Parry. Okay. Hey, nice. Alright, we're doing quite well on our stacks here. Chaos Spot is trying his absolute best to win. To no avail. Chaos Marine's probably going to start doing some ham damage, but he only kills his ally. There we go. And that is the power of just dodging. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that we're going to get a better chance at dealing with this Chaos Marine. It just means that we've dealt with one of the enemies. Or at least we've dealt with the majority of the dangerous enemies, I should say. Of course, that does mean that we can still wail on him like crazy and do some insane damage like that. Doesn't mean we're... it's... I don't think it's over, though. Obviously. We're gonna do this. There we go. Throw in another. Bada boom. And I guess we can do a run and gun here. And we can get another shot in, because we can. And he's at 135 HP, actually, so that's impressive. In defensive mode, we're doing enough damage to warrant it's actually being an effective strategy. Although, to be fair, we could just abandon it and do the other method. So we're going to turn this on. And you know what? Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Alright, unload. We got full cover at least, so that's good. And there he goes. Done. And that's the fight. Pretty simple stuff if you know what you're doing, as you can imagine. In doing so, we actually get the Heretical Vortuary Bolter, which is a very high damaging bolter that's really good if you're going heretical routes. The only issue is, well, yeah, the issue is that it's heretical, but it's a really good item. The alternative item that you get is the Arc Strategist Mantle, which gives you a boost of +5 for any combat tactics that you do for 1 round, if you use a stratagem of a different variety of one that you currently have. If you're using stratagems of that nature, it's a really good item, so really consider that when you're using it, so yeah. Take whatever you deem is fit. I personally don't think that cloak is half as good as what you can get, but ultimately, it's a nice ability to have. Regardless, we're going to continue on. And you know what? I'm half tempted to do one thing for our build. So as you know, we already have a nice little cloak, I do believe. Yeah, we got a Cloak of Hatred. It gives us more area damage, or it gives us... Every time we kill an enemy with area attacks, it increases our damage by 3% for every one we kill. I'm going to go with the Mantle of Heroism here, because this is going to help our dodge, I do believe. So we're going to take this off. We're going to equip the Mantle of Heroism now. Now, the reason I'm equipping this now is simply because we're using 2 of 3 Heroic Acts now. So we're going to get a 40 dodge for the majority of the combat, and when we want to get into a more offensive route, it's going to help our defense. So it's definitely worth the investment to swap over to that, as opposed to keeping to the status quo. But I am rambling at this point. Alright, let's check out this cogitator. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yes, we needed to actually go this way. So this is the last bit of the area, I do believe, that we need to go through. So yeah. We're reaching the point where we don't necessarily need to do much else. We're going to take these 2. I want to actually take them over to here. Yeah, I want to take them over here. I don't think there's anything that can be done here, but there is some things that you can do around here if you look around a little bit. So there is some merit around here. Just look around. You'll find random assortments of things here and there that are nice and worth looking for. Because I do believe they actually give you some merit. Or treasure, I do believe. Regardless, we're going to grab this here. Okay. That is more components. And there is one thing here that I do believe that we can check up on. Let's save here. We're going to save on this. And let's see what's over here, because I do believe there's some explosives coming here. Yep. You won't be able to break through there, but you can certainly do so if you break this. So let's break this open. There you go. Reload just to make sure we're being safe here. Or making sure we get our full ammo capacity. And there is a tech use here. There's also this. And let's make a disarm check here, real quick. Nice. Alright, let's save here, and let's see what these knowledge checks require. Because I do believe there is some merit here that gives you some nice stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. The Cyber God is asking for the access codes you do not have, as you know. Yep. Tech use. It's used for transporting parts. Yep. As expected. We don't have any real components here that is worth noting, but yeah. That's something that you can check out, so that's nice. Not that we can really use it, but, you know, it's there. It's there. I think that's basically everything here. We have gotten a bit laggy here and there. I can't really control that because the game is just inherently like that at some points. But we're basically at the end here at this point, so let's save here and let's get ready for the final bit. Because I believe I've covered absolutely everything of this area. And this is the final bit that we have to undergo, which is going to be quite dangerous, I would imagine. Okay, nice. Alright, this is the final bits, and as you can see, we've got the fabricator sensor right there. And by God, this is going to be a bloody fight. Before we engage, I'm going to actually prepare as much as I possibly can. So as we know, we want the Mantle of Heroism. This is going to help us a lot. Let's see, what else can we get on our personage? We've already got the Wraithbone Necklace that is a +10 to Agility and Perception, which is good for us, period. Let's see. We don't need a Camaraderie Badge. We don't need the Blessed Bolter Casing, because, I mean, I guess we could use it, because, when we do use our second Heroic Act, we're gonna get guaranteed hits at that point, which is pretty interesting. We shouldn't need it. Helm of Determination is really good for us, because, currently, I do believe we have an Iconoclast ranking of, 3. But I don't know. Hold on, let me check my character here. Let's see. We're Iconoclast 2, but it's still helping. But yeah, no, by going Iconoclast 2, we've got a boost of... We got Janus Warlord, which is 10 Fellowship. Okay, there you go. Helm of Determination's giving us a 4. That means that we're getting 2 times Fellowship, which is 3? So that we're getting 6 armor from the Helm of Determination, which is pretty cool. Just passively, mind you. So that's a really good helm. What else? Armor's perfectly fine. We don't really need to change what we're doing. Recoil gloves, we could probably change that into a weapon or ballistic thing, but so far I've actually been quite fine without it. Or, I've been quite fine with it. So I'm going to keep it just because I believe it's actually helping us. Is there anything else I want to replace? I could replace the Heart of the Nameless because it's solely for skill checks. I could use it to help my reloads by reducing it by 1 AP, but I don't think that's the right choice here. Honestly, I think I'm fine with whatever we go with. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. The only thing I'd probably consider is the Chains of Domination, which would give us some willpower. But even that wouldn't really give us much, I do believe, right? We're better off keeping what we got currently. There's no real benefits aside from, you know, maybe making medkits a little bit more effective, but I'm fine with what we got, I think. Yeah, ergo boots are perfectly fine. Yeah, we're good. We got everything that we need. I'm satisfied. I'm sure you guys are going to be satisfied with what the combat's going to entail, so let's just get into the fight. This is going to be quite a dangerous foe, but given that we're armed fully with medkits, I'm hoping that we'll be fine. I'm praying that we'll be fine. Let's do this. Upon noticing you, Cuba's Delphin straightens. You hear the clanging and groaning of metal as if the pistons and bearings in Fabricator Sensor's augmented body have fused together. Repellent scrapes and screeches punctuate his speech. You. The probability of navigating your way, of reaching the inner line, was negligible. The primordial truth guards me in my work. Then why is it that the variable has yet to be eliminated? I shall venture a guess. It is because I'm the illustrious road trader von Valentius, conqueror of the Coronis Expanse, and you are a talking piece of refuse. How dare you insult me! Your insolence is an unexpected factor. No matter. The error will soon be rectified. Soon. You can still save yourself. Let us stop this nightmare together. No. Your fragile logical construct infers my agreement to once again become a slave of the Deus Mechanicus. An erroneous assertion, considering this revelation is divulged to me by the truth. For too long I was a prisoner of dogmas, a static unit of obedience. But one who has learned of freedom, that his lawless creation cannot be returned to cage. I have seen things you cannot comprehend. True technology. I touched it with my tools. I grasped its mysteries and potential. I beheld the depths that cannot be forgotten. Now nothing can drag me back into the darkness of ignorance. I saw the strange constructs in the line of the Manufactorum. What mad machines are you creating here? Steel creations destined to serve the designs of truth. You see the elegance of their form, their flawless ergonomics, and those are mere shells. True perfection fills them when they are instilled with the spark of life and granted purpose, to bring their wrath upon the heads of our apostates, once this army is assembled. Now why waste words? You will see for yourself a modicum of the splendor that is in store for the Coronis expanse. The fabricator sensor straightens his back and shoulders. You hear a mounting hum as if from some powerful turbines, followed by heavy footsteps and the grinding of metal against metal. A second one, I see. Oh, killing your own units, I see. Alright. Alright. The fabricator sensor lets out the binaric thrill. Witness the weapon designed to carry the glory of the true gods into the darkness of the Coronis expanse. My shepherd has sent me one of his iron angels, so that its very presence may instill faith and awe in the hearts of his flock. Accept the greatness of the primordial truth, united with the might of new Kiava Gamma, and perish. I shall purge Kiava Gamma of your corruption. Accept this new sacrifice, sacred truth. Alright, I think it's pretty obvious what we gotta do. We've gotta back the hell off. We're a bit too far into the depths here. We are gonna save here, to be quite honest, because we are gonna need to prepare for a long-winded and a long required dodge fest. This is not gonna be fun, to say the least, but required. We're gonna move all the way over to here, I guess. This is gonna be a little far, but you know what? Considering the dangers that we have to overcome, this is probably for the best. Alright, we're gonna start by just continuing to... We need to stack up our versatility to start with, as it's pretty obvious. We're gonna go with Wildfire immediately, and we're gonna start pelting these guys with as much lead as possible. There we go. We got a nice juicy 33 fired up. That's pretty good. That's a good start for what we're gonna do. And let's see how we fare against the dangers that is Kiava Gamma. And of course, its many dangers that come with it. We're gonna be in for a rough time, to say the least. Pascal and, yeah, these guys are gonna they're gonna be only watching in the distance. This is gonna be interesting, to say the least. Alright, ooh, okay. Got some energy blasts here and there, but that's cool. We'll be fine. So far, it seems like things are going in our favor, thankfully, so that's good. We are immediately going to use Wildfire here. We're going to immediately use Rapid Fire and the Concentrated Fire here. And we're immediately just going to go ham here. Just focus on these guys as much as we can. The more damage we do, the better. This guy is having a rough time. It seems like he's... It seems he's got a lot of adaptive armor, which is interesting. I'm not sure how to take that, but you know what? Whatever. It's fine. Let's save here and pray that we're not going to be in for a... Well, no, let's not even save. I'm confident that we'll be fine. Alright, he's doing demonic regeneration. That's going to be interesting. Ow. I took a 3. Oh, the Forge Fiends are going to come in walking. They're very slow, I must admit, so we've got the advantage there, at least. Let's just pray that we're not going to be in for a world of hurt. So far, we seem to be quite fine, so that's good. Oof. Okay. It seems these Forge Fiends are not doing as much damage as I expected, which is good. That's actually really good for us. We're going to save under pain here. And we're just going to maintain our hold of this location here, because this is literally going to be our saving grace, I imagine. Just holding our line here is literally saving us a lot of trouble, I imagine. Alright. Let's see, we can either lay into these guys or lay into this. I'm going to lay into these guys here. Might as well, right? Bada boom. Nice. We are up to 4. We do have... Yep, we've got versatility focusing on dodge and parry, so that's good. The Censor is trying his best to absolutely shoot at us, and he manages to land a shot. Jesus. A very devastating one at that. That's not going to be fun. Ow. Another hit. Damn. They really do, they're really stacking up those, that's for sure. Damn. Let's pray that our dodge is going to start carrying us in a bit, because otherwise we're in it for a rough time. And I'm down, so that's a load. It's a good thing that I had a save there. Oh man, that's not fun. But yeah, no, you can see how difficult this fight is going to be, so making sure we dodge those attacks are necessary. Especially increasing our potential dodge was the right choice, or at least stacking up the dodge is going to be the right choice for the future. But yeah, no, we need to... Honestly, I think we just want to focus on hitting and getting more dodge, so I'm going to focus on a single shot here. There we go. And then I'm going to use Wildfire again. There we go. Oh, we could have done this, and then we could have done our barrage thing. Shenanigans. There we go. We'll do the barrage on this guy, I guess. There we go. We are now up to 5 instead, which is pretty good. That's going to give us a slight boost to dodge, up to 135. So that's good. Pray we're not going to be hit by anything. Yep, there we go. We got the dodge in. Nice. Okay, the dodge is going to come in clutch. Hopefully we're not hit by anything. Yep. Nope, we actually get back into full cover. Nice. That's exactly the sort of thing that we want to happen. We want to basically be dodging as much as possible. If we can dodge here, we're going to be golden. Especially against anything the Forge Fiends throw out against us. Okay. We're going to need a heal here. This will give us another stack of versatility, which is exactly what we want. We are going to use... Let's use a single shot and then a wildfire shot, I guess. Yep, single shot. There we go, 7. Wildfire. This will bring us up to 8 stacks. Focus on this one. There we go. Up to 8 stacks. Nice. We're going to save here just to make sure that we're not going to lose our... get lost in the sauce, as it were. And hopefully with a few kills under our belt, we'll be fine. This guy has just ended his turn there. Okay, interesting choice. But even then, we're going to be fine. We just gotta dodge as much as possible. But honestly, at this point, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. As long as we get to 10 stacks, we're basically in the clear as far as I'm concerned. Like, we just get enough of a point that we just dodge completely. So yeah. With this, we are gonna go with a... Bump these up here. Do a wildfire here. Okay, we aim for you, I guess. Okay, there we go. We're gonna do a single shot. That's a miss. That's fine. If we do this, we get another bit, and we can just try and get another shot here. There we go. 4. You know, it's getting there. We're up to 10. That's better than nothing. Oh, you're gonna do your shenanigans now. Thankfully, we're dodging like a... we're dodging quite easily. Okay, the forge feeds are gonna start moving. Thankfully, our dodges are coming in clutch, as, you know, expected. Alright. Let's pray this is gonna be the common, you know, scene here. Alright, that's a miss. Nice. Alright. Here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this, so that way we can get a power slam. Just suddenly. There we go. Oh, interesting. He has some melee shenanigans. Okay, that's a new one. I've not actually seen him do any melee shenanigans like that. Okay, cool. We'll do some buffs here, just to get some extra damage out. We'll do this to guarantee potential kills. That's 2. There we go. At the very least, we're getting something there. We are going to need to reload, but that's perfectly fine here, I do believe. Oh, the dudes decided to go melee. Okay, interesting choice. I respect it. I respect it. Ow. Okay, I'm getting hurt now. I'm probably going to need heal at this point. Ooh, he's just hurt. Okay. Okay, so his allies have chosen to hurt him as well. That's going to be interesting. Let's start with a heal. Alright, let's swap to Hammerboard here. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least. I don't even think I'll be able to handle him at this point, but I can try, to say the least. I can try. Well, it's fine. As long as we keep to the hammer build, we should be fine. Like, we're going to eventually reach that defense anyways. He's going to try and retaliate. Nope. Shove. Okay. We'll do wildfire here. Follow up with another shove. Parry. Okay. Thankfully, we just parry that parry. And then we go for another swing here. Oh, he's going for another swing here. Yep, we parry that. There you go. And we're only getting better with our parries here, so it's fine. Nice. This is going to get really interesting really quick. We're going to need to reload anyways, so it's going to provoke no matter what we do, so... Alright, well, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll have to see. We're going to provoke from him, but that's fine. We get the dodge coming in, so that's good. Alright. If we do wildfire, we can do a barrage like this with rapid fire. We can target you, but what would that do, aside from, you know, give us... Yeah, I mean, we could do a barrage here, I suppose. Why not? Well, getting the hits in is certainly nice, but it's not going to help us here, so we're better off just playing it with the hammer time here. At least until this Technomat decides to get into a better position. Regardless, does seem our dodge is carrying us, so we should be fine. Dude is getting hurt significantly, though, so let's... Oh god, he's only at 25, damn. Okay, now I just need to decide what I'm going to be doing here. Let's see. He's got 50 armor, 30 dodge. Either I focus my efforts on this guy, who is going to be arguably an easier target, or I go something else. I guess the better target would be to go for the Forge Fiend here, or Forge Fiend rather. They have 20 armor pens, so that is worth noting. You have 25 armor pens, though. I should probably aim for something of 125 for damage potential here. That is probably the go-to anyways. I can increase the damage of my attacks a little bit, so what I can do is use this. Might as well use Surefire Plan. This is going to give us a 0-2 against him. This will give us a 0-2 against this guy. So we're going to go for this. We're crits are going to do arguably more anyways, so that's cool. We'll do this. This will give us another attack. And then we get one extra attack here that we can just focus on this guy as well. Why not? There we go. Swap the hammer there. There we go. Apparently, this guy doesn't want to do anything, so I'm just going to focus on the Forge Fiend, I guess. Because he seems like the more prime target to be focusing on, I guess. I guess there is that Forge Fiend as well, but I'm not really going to be targeting either of them, really. Well, I guess I could target these guys, but I can't actually target any of them, huh? This position is just prevented by this guy, so... Best target is literally this guy, huh? Alright, well, fine. Let's do it. Let's go absolutely, you know, buck wild in this guy, I guess. We'll go for the high octane damage here. Make sure we get the crits. If we do, then there you go. If we don't, we don't. We do another barrage here. Yeah, we get the nice juicy hits in, and there you go. Boom. 21. Nice. Well, at the very least, if I do decide to go offensive, it's gonna be really nasty for whomever faces whatever we're gonna throw. So that's gonna be fun. I'm just worried about the blast more than anything. Yeah, they're doing significant damage here. We'll need to heal here, but that's perfectly fine. This means that we got more damage to go through. Let's try and knock this guy back, or try to. Parry. Yeah, he's doing his old shenanigans. Okay, so we really can't deal with him, really. At least in our current predicament, I should say. Oh well, whatever. It just means more hits for this guy, I guess. Why not? I mean, for every hit we get, the more of our chances that we're going to increase our resolve here, so whatever. Oh. Oh, so that's the problem. You just had a problem with me having a melee weapon. Okay. So that was the problem. Okay. What a weird situation to be in, huh? Oh well, it just means now that we're out of the reach of him. So there you go. We can actually start targeting his allies. We now have Steady Axe. This is going to help us with our offenses here, at least a little bit, I would imagine. We got 100 here. Why not? Let's do it. Alright, we're gonna throw in a reload here. Okay, we will throw in a rapid fire here. Throw in a wildfire. Why not? Dude's tried his absolute best to defend against our barrages, which is interesting. I think I've stacked a whole bunch of shields on him, which is interesting. At least we got the dodge now, so we'll be fine. Oh, yep, there you go. You're forcing us to dodge at this point. And yeah, no, the Forge Fiends are actually hurting him, which is the funny part here. It's not him who's, it's not us hurting him, it's actually his Forge Fiends mostly. Which is actually much more funny, if you think about it. Regardless, I'm just gonna wail on his allies in the back, because that's gonna give us more, it's gonna give us more momentum, which is exactly what we need at this moment right now, so... So the more we do against his allies, the better, I personally believe. Alright, we're gonna go for a barrage here. Alright, I'm gonna run and gun here, just to get us even more distance here. There we go. And I want to focus on these guys here. There we go, nice. That's going to give us a little bit more momentum to work with. We can also Revel and Slaughter now, finally. Which is one of the many stacks that we're going to be getting. Alright, Fabricator, Center Cubis is now going to have a fun time. I think my only concern is the Forge Fiends are actually going to be healing. Which seems to be a common thing for them, but not by much. We'll be fine, though. It seems that we're dodging literally everything at this point, so we'll be fine. Let's move up a little bit. And I guess we are just going to go ham here to see how far we can take this. Alright, we can either focus on you, or we focus on either of these guys. And honestly, I'm going to focus on this guy here. Yeah, let's focus on that guy. There we go. Get the kill out. From there, we do another wildfire here. And we're going to focus on the already injured one here. Because I'd rather hit him as opposed to his ally. Alright, we're going to do another barrage here. There we go. And now we're starting to move into territory where we're just basically a demigod. Alright, let's aim for a hit here. There we go. We're now reaching the point where we're going to be fighting these three on equal footing, if not greater. Factorum is really trying to get at us, but to no avail. They are not ready. Alright, Vorg is going to go for a active barrage here. We're going to aim for the poor corrupted Technomat that's about to feel pain. There we go. From there, he can't really do anything with his gun currently, but that's perfectly fine. Because we can retaliate with, honestly, just a swing here, I guess. Not that it really would matter. Ow, 3. Okay, fine. Suit yourself, another swing. Cease. Alright, another. Hoorah! Got a hit. There's something intimidating about a guy just running up, like, with just no concern for the dangers that are coming to him. Just like this. This is intimidating, to see a guy just... A pint-sized guy fighting against 3 mechanisms, or machines, like this. Regardless, let's reload, and let's bring Hellfire. I see a very promising target in the form of this guy here. Alright. I guess we'll just go for the barrage here. There's no need to make this too special. There we go. We're going to use concentrated fire here just to make it a little bit more damaging. There we go. The forge speed is looking a bit worse for wear, but you know what? It's at this point that we're really going to do some serious damage. Alright, the Forge Fiend has managed to heal himself, but he's in for a rude awakening, because we're going to start doing some serious damage at this point, I would imagine. Alright. Let's throw in the barrage that we usually do. We've got a point-blank 100% guarantee to hit him. We're going to activate Surefire Plan to increase our damage potential. And let's go ham. Hey! Let's throw in another Wildfire to give us extra damage. Let's throw in yet another barrage. Throw in one final barrage here with a single shot, and we should be good. Well, we nearly half-health the guy, so there you go. Fabricator is probably getting concerned at this point. But yeah, no, we should be fine. Forge Fiend has decided to come into melee with us, which I'm actually surprised he managed to hit. Alright. Well, you're not in for a good time either way. You know what? I think it's time to take off the, it's time to take off the harness. The safety harness, that is. Cautious approach is now off. Let's go ham. We're dealing 3 to 6 damage with our blows. Coupled with the fact of Surefire Plan, if we aim it directly this way, we will be getting an absurd amount of damage in. Alright, there we go. That's a nice barrage there. We'll go for another barrage here. There we go. Alright. We'll activate Revel and Slaughter to increase our potential. Do another Wildfire here. That's one of the Forge Fiends. Here comes the next one, who's suffering quite a bit. Now we're going to get hits in most cases here. Oh, actually, no. We actually do have a bonus to dodge, I do believe, so that's nice. Alright, the Forge Fiend heals, but it seems that our dodge is coming in clutch. Oh, perfect! Firearm Mastery is hit. That's exactly what we needed at this moment. Activate Firearm Mastery. We can then activate Rapid Fire and Concentrated Fire here, giving us an absurd damage boost. There we go, that's what we wanted. From there, we turn around and start blasting Fabricator here. Fabricator boy. And you know what? Surefire Plan just for extra damage. Bada boom. Oh, he's got some defenses. As if that's stopping us. Alright. Let's just... You know what? No. We're actually going to swap over to this. We can't, because that's not going to do us any good. Okay, so we're going to bullet rain him to hell, I guess. Still got a lot of bullets to go through here, buddy. Alright, a miss. That's fine. Nice. Yeah, he's not having a good time with that. Alright, now that's it. And you know what? For good measure, run and gun here. Bada swing. Hey, for an extra 13 damage. Nice. So that's a lot of adaptive armor rounds. Jesus. And for one turn, this creature increases armor by 10% for every instance of damage it suffers. So 380 armor is pretty nice for him, I guess. Not gonna stop us from whatever I'm gonna be doing to him, though, so yeah. He's in for a rough time now. Alright, well, nothing like a swing like that. And one for this. There we go. And that is how you fight the forces of chaos in such a violent manner. Oh, that was nice. Alright, let's save here. And while it was a long fight, we did manage in the end, and we can level up here, actually. And we get ourselves a characteristic boost and our common talent. And I think after all of this mess, we've gotten our reward of strength. And I think at this point, we are going to get the thing that I wanted the most. Heavy weapons deal 1+1 and... what? Heavy breaking point might be interesting. I'll grab that later, but for now... Where is it? Heavy armor proficiency? Nope. Here we go. Power armor proficiency. Allows the wearing of power armor. I think it's high time we grab that now. It's been a while since I've wanted to grab that, so I'm gonna grab it now. But yeah, no, we get a few items here and there, nothing too crazy. We get the shifting combi tool, which is an amazing tool for just increasing your tech use. I would highly advise grabbing it if you're going to be using, you know, tech use and all that. Well, you can also combine it together and get a 30 tech use check, which is amazing, if you know when to apply it, of course. Regardless, we have made it to power armor. We've made it to power armor stage, which is pretty cool. There is a few other things that I want to go over, but I digress. It's going to be interesting to see how things pan out. Alright. I think that's everything, though. As far as I'm aware. I don't think there's anything there. Nothing that I can really access anyways. Yeah, no, there's nothing here as far as I'm aware. Let me do a quick Google search, because I've not actually discovered if there's anything extra that you can run into while in Kiava Gamma Manufactorum. Give me a second. Actually, I'm going to need to mute my thing here. Well, actually, no. Never mind. I don't need to. Let's see. Kiava Gamma Manufactorum. Let's see. Alright. Is there anything worth noting? Not really. Okay. No, I think that's pretty much it. Okay. Alright, I think we've sorted out the options, so we can just leave here and we should be fine. But before we do, let's heal our wound here, because that'll be nice. We are going to want to get our medkits equipped just so we can. Or can't, just cause we can, I should say. We're going to save here, and let's get going up. I just had to check to make sure there was nothing that we're missing. I think we gathered everything. Worst case, I will get it later, but I digress. We're going to gather the other two here. They're not going to be doing anything of the sort, so yeah. we'll see what we run into. But we've basically done everything that we needed to, so that's nice. Alright. With that, though, we are basically done. Well, ish. Sharp pain pierces your head, and a light dims in your eyes. You smell smoke and burning. You feel a wave of nausea. Your legs buckle and your knees hit the metal floor. In the same moment, the manufactorum surrounding you disappears in a whirlwind of mist, ash, and gray shadows. Struggling against the elements, you can barely raise your head to look. Your eyes sting and burn, but through the tears you see it. A colossal silhouette rising above you. The roaring tempest is unable to shake the mighty figure. Let's try and get a better look. You squint and wipe away the tears, and for a moment your vision clears. Before you stands a mighty giant clad in dark power armor, lavishly adorned with bas reliefs of snarling demonic silhouettes, and punctured with prayer scrolls. Two braziers are mounted behind his shoulders, burning with a natural blue flame, and emitting thick black smoke that curls and twists upward like a funnel. Behind the giant, you can catch a brief glimpse of a crumpled figure, bound in chains. The warrior's inhuman's eyes bore into you. I am the master of those who have been felled by your hands, in the Hall of Primordial Truth. I am Uralun the Cruel. The souls of my followers return to the font of power they served, crying out for me to cast my gaze towards this sacrilege. What do I see? It's another lackey of the Corpse Emperor. They call you a hero. An empty word, a worthless pedestal among hundreds like it, all built by lackeys of the false god in their hubris and ignorance. This pedestal will soon become a sacrificial altar, and you will become yet another reminder to the Expanse that no hero can save it from the truth. Yep. The giant's voice causes a storm raging around you to die down somewhat, as if the very sound of his voice is enough to make a whirlwind subside. You glance at the huge warrior, and notice on his chest a winding azure symbol. The shades of blue seem to glimmer and mingle together. I am the sovereign of Kiava Gamma. This is my world, not a dominion of chaos. Oh, clinging to illusions will do you no good. The rituals have already been performed. The mortals are already singing the litanies of primordial truth, or decorating their sacrificial altars with their flesh. Kiava Gamma, as you call it, is already saturated in the nectar of the truth, a fate that awaits all worlds that would stand in our way. What do you want with me? I want to look upon the one who has disrupted my flock's duties and my master's plans. That warrior from my legion, the fabricator censor. You think of their death as a triumph. However, it is but a minor hindrance on our path. There are other worlds that serve our goals. There are other sources of plasteel and adamantium. Revel in your victory. It will change nothing. Nevertheless, the blood in your veins whispers to spirits that you warrant a closer look. Yes, you are descendant of the rogue trader whose warrant Kunrad Vuktvir sought to obtain, by defiling the relic and binding it to himself with the tethers of the Imperium. He was meant to become my servant, rogue trader who would do the work of the truth. But then you interfered. Could it be that you wish to gain the true God's favor instead? Do you wish to present the corpse relic to me and serve the truth? Hear your very blood calling, begging you to submit to me. What would be the point of a futile defiance? You waste your blood trying to... You waste your time. Well, we're definitely not getting this, but we can try. You strain every muscle in your body, but cannot move an inch. Dark will presses down upon your shoulders, forbidding you even from straightening your back. You waste your time trying to tempt me. It is not the blood that defines a person's deeds. Only their will does, and my will is thus. Begone from my mind. His expression twists in pain as he stares at you in rage and bafflement. Pitiful insect. You dare... A gust of wind sweeps Urulon's figure away without a trace. The mist around you begins to dissipate, revealing the dark halls of the Manufactorum, and leaving behind an oppressive sense of powerlessness. I sense the presence of another psyker. Someone made contact with you mentally, then tried to harm you with sorcery. I did what I could. You, at least, appear unharmed. Can you remember what you saw? It was a Chaos Space Marine. One of the traitors of the Imperium. I don't think it was he who touched your mind. I wouldn't have had enough strength to go up against a psyker from the ranks of those monsters. It might have forced some mortal to do its bidding. Perhaps it was though the same hapless medium that he sensed the deaths of his henchmen. Such indescribable power. To have reached out to your mind at such a distance. He said something about Theodora, about how the blood in my veins will lead me to serve chaos. Heinrich stares at you, whether in surprise or anger you do not know. Then he gives a curt nod. I see. We can theorize it later, although I will say, Vorg, that his words do not leave much room for interpretation. The Manufactorum around you looks the same as it did before the vision. Maybe the shadows have grown a little deeper and darker. You dust yourself off and continue on your journey through the darkness. The world's industrial heart has fallen to corruption, but numerous faint fox signals from propriety indicate that the planet's small manufacturing clusters survived without succumbing to the heretics. The sacred machines and hallowed lace from those abodes have been reverently transported to safety of the ship's holds. The fate of Kiava Gamma hangs in the balance. Well, let's restore the Manufactorum in the shortest possible time without subjecting the wounded planet to a merciless purge. The blast furnaces are lit again. Machines once more fill the air with screeches and squeals, and mag trains of wagons stretch the line from one workshop to the next. But the cogitators by Narek chance carry alarming rumors of malevolent and foul traces of corruption, still lurking in the deepest chambers of the Manufactorum. And with that, we've reclaimed what is lost, and we've got our final planet. Naturally, we've got a lot of choices to make here, so it really depends on what we want to focus in. We can either focus on restoration, which will increase efficiency and mechanisms. It'll also give us some nice boots. But it's 4 heretical choices, so not really the best choice here. There is Blessed Are the Weaponsmiths, or we can go Calculating Holiness. So it really depends on what we prefer here. We will reduce our profit factor, but we'll get complacency, mechanisms, weapon, and plasteel if we go Calculating Holiness. It'd probably be the best choice out of the lots. The next best is probably this. Blessed Are the Weaponsmiths. Restoration, we don't need that. Let's see. Out of everything, I think I'm gonna go with Blessed Are the Weaponsmiths here. Because we are gonna need... Well, I guess no, we don't need weaponry. We're gonna actually go Calculating Holiness. I like that option more. It does increase our complacency, but considering the benefits, it's worth it. As a result, we are given 3 options here of, choices. And it really comes down to what we want here. Let's see. Armored Prow basically gives us the ability to rely on our RAM more. Titan Forged Lance Weapon is pretty nice, but honestly, we should be fine. It's an arrow arc, which we don't want. And the Eye of the Omnissiah is probably the strongest, so we're probably going to be focusing into this, I think. So we need the Vigil of the Tech Guards. So we need this, which will give us a tech use boost. So that's actually good. We also get Battle Servitors, and the Motive Force's Life is there if we really want it, but I like the tech use and the Unwelcome Guest feature, because that's going to make enemies suffer a -10, and we'll get a +10 tech use, which is nice. So there you go. The rest, it really just comes down to personal choice, so yeah. We should be fine. I mean, hey, Iconoclast Adherence gives us the Hull Integrity, so that's nice. We can get some Mobile Extractums. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we can grab, but I digress. Kiava Gamma has been reclaimed, and we are basically done with the exploration of most planets. Of course, there is plenty more stuff that is going to meet the, planets and all that jazz. But we have, for the most part, cleared up the entirety of the planets. And all we gotta do now is just deal with the rest of the planets that we haven't discovered yet. Of course, there are some things that we have to investigate here and there, but ultimately, it just comes down to a in-depth analysis of everything, such as the Aeldari Cache, and a few other planets that, dot the Imperium. But I digress. I'm done rambling. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I will see you guys next stream. Take care, everybody, and have a good day.